What's up, Laker fans? LFR Tommy here. We're about to do the last Laker Film Room live of the season. I've got Pete here at Laker Film Room next to me. We're having some fun on Twitter. Sorry we got started a little bit late with some technical difficulties, but welcome. Yeah, we don't have much time before tip, Pete, but I was planning on talking to you about what your kind of general takeaways were from this season, and we'll get to more of this in more detail on podcasts, and there'll be plenty of time over the summer. But off the top of your head, like, what are your first thoughts about this season in the pantheon of Laker seasons?
That it was the funnest, really bad team in Laker history. I really enjoyed this season, and they were really fun at the beginning of the season, and they were really fun at the end, and pretty miserable in between. But I don't know, man. And I ain't gonna lie. A big part of it's the Laker film room thing and the growth of that. This wasn't even a thing a year ago today, So the rapid growth of it has been really exciting, and you guys have been a huge part of that. And it's been this great community that I feel like we've built. And it's a symbiotic relationship, right? Where it's not just us talking to you, but you guys talk your mess back to us. And I don't know, man. I'm feeling sentimental. I think a little wispy tonight, where we got Meta's last start of his career, or at least his last Laker home game. I'm feeling good, and I'm excited. I'm hoping. I know the Pelicans are just starting like 5 random dudes
Kendrick
tonight.
Perkins.
So I think Lakers can get 5 in a row, and I don't know, man. I'm feeling good. I'm happy. How about you?
Yeah, man. About 3 weeks ago, if you asked me this question, I kind of wanted it to be over already. As much as, again, as you did, I enjoy this Laker film room stuff. It's great, talking to you guys on Twitter, talking to you guys in the YouTube chat. But it was kind of getting to a slog, and this last week is really, obviously coinciding with winning. Go figure. Feeling a little bit better about the team, and I'm really not concerned the way I think a lot of Laker fans are with the tank. With how upset people are about 8.9 percentage points in a draft lottery, which is a lottery is the key word there. So, I've enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing the young guys play well, getting big wins against trash teams who aren't trying. And even still, man, the way Ingram's performed the last few games, even on a minutes restriction, and D'Angelo hitting the game winner on a night where his grandma died, like, you just feel good for that guy as best as you can,
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know. I feel like they've progressed, and while it's definitely this is a weird part of the season, I said this on the podcast last night, where I feel like the young guys, every one of them has gotten better, and I got a higher opinion of them than I did, a month ago. So I don't know, man. I think this was kind of like the sneak preview of things to come for the 2017-18 season. And I'm really excited.
Meta World Peace starting in the shooting guard spot. I told you he was going to start in his last Laker home game.
You're right.
And over under 25 minutes. I'll take the over, sadly. But yeah, we got a lineup of nobodies basically with Drew Holiday, Tim Frazier, Cunningham,
Solomon Hill.
It's
Alexis Ajinta.
This is cue the gif of the South Park episode where both little league teams are trying to lose.
No, I think Lakers are trying to win this game, man. I think it's going to be the same as the last few. So.
It's just like seeing these teams come in and out the last few nights, and they're like the Nets are resting like Jeremy Lin and Brook Lopez tonight for rest,
saving them for the playoffs. Obviously,
yeah, saving them for their exit interviews. Like, I don't know. shout out to Base Great Ball for that joke. Good stuff. So yeah, we're about to get started here. Meta's gonna get his second start of the season. He had 8 points against Minnesota, which is a season high.
His whole shift, just cracked me up in that last Minnesota game. So he got 8 shots up in 11 minutes, and 3 of them were I don't care anymore type of shots. Like, I'm just going to shoot the ball every time I touch it. So for those of you trying to sync up, we're going to count you in. We're about 30 seconds from tip off, I'd guess. So yeah, we'll see. I'd like to see Meta get some good run, but I'd also like to see the Lakers get a win. And I'm not sure if those two ideas can jive with each other, but it'll be good to see him. I want to talk about some Ron Artest and Meta World Peace memories and stories throughout the game, because he was a classic NBA character. So, all right, we're about to tip off. Getting everyone set up.
Going to be a Jinsa on Larry Nance.
That's right. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. All right. Pelicans control the tip. Almost go backcourt. Holiday gets the ball over to Frazier. It's set up in a horn set, into a dribble weave. You're going to end up with Holiday back with the ball, defended by Ingram. He's going to throw that skip pass over to Solomon Hill, and he back rims that. JC gets the rebound. Hands the ball off over to Meta. They have to have designed the first play for Meta. It has to be for him. They get a
zipper cuff
little
Ingram.
Iverson into an Iverson for JC. This is a hammer play for trying to get Meta that corner three, but the pass was off the mark. Let it fly, baby. Back rims that. Pelicans get the rebound. Frazier comes up the right-hand side, looking to get a step-up screen from Cunningham, but he mishandles it. Ingram comes up with it, pushes up the right side. He's been great on these transition drives. Looking to sizes up Holiday. Sees he got great drop step, baby. Finish that. Finishes it hard, but gets the putback. Let's go. 11:06 left. Lakers up 2-0.
Are you gonna get Drew Holiday up the left side? Gonna screen on Ingram. He's gonna double him in the corner. Ingram's still on him. Shoots up a corner three, and it's gonna be long. Rebound to JC. He's looking to set guys up in early offense. They're gonna get it going. Post up Ingram again. I love it.
On Holiday, yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Backing him down, go over the left shoulder, a little bit long, and Cunningham's going to get the rebound, push it up to Holiday.
Ingram was a little bit flat on that shot. Got to get the elbow past the eyebrow, as they say. Get some ball reversal all the way into the corner to Dante Cunningham. Reverse back out to Frazier. Try and get a step-up screen here from Ajinça, but he rejects it. Ingram sneaks over, so they skip it over to Holiday. Good recovery by Meta, but can't move his feet. And Holiday gets the lefty reverse layup. Tied at 2 with 10:18 left in the first. JC brings the ball up court. Holiday, a local LA kid, trying to reverse the ball into delay to Meta. Back out to Julius. Julius attacks Cunningham, going right. Puts it up. Nice finish going with his left hand.
The Meta Julius lineup seems like you play against a team who just like you hate and like want to fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Meta on Holiday. He's gonna kick it to Cunningham, back to Holiday, get a drag screen from Ajinça, but Larry Nance jumps
dig it out,
the
Larry.
lane.
Dig it out, Larry. Dig it out.
Holiday's gonna come away with it, but
Hey, let's
bobbles
go.
it. And Jordan Clarkson gets it. They're gonna be in the semi-transition here. Nice
Whoa.
pass.
Oh,
Probably an ill-advised decision, but it was a rocket right. I think that was the dodgeball practice right there.
There you
kicking
go.
in.
There you go.
That was an out, if you will.
That was a great catch by Nance. Even Luke's got a kick out of that one.
Yeah. So
I feel like the team started to really take on Luke's personality for the first time. I expected that to happen, I think, a little bit earlier in the season, but we play hard, but we have fun. A real good mix of that over the last. I mean, even before this little winning streak, they'd been competitive, for a decent stretch of games. So Nance takes his second free throw now, puts the Lakers up 6-2. Got 9:39 left in the first. Frazier's got the ball, running pistol, trying to get. Got Ingram on the ball against Holiday. I like that matchup. Ball reversed. Hill's trapped by Meta. Dig it out, Meta.
he doesn't even see the ball. I don't care about the ball. I'm guarding the guy. Frazier doesn't want to shoot it, so he kicks it over to Cunningham in the corner. Nice closeout by Larry, and it's going to be saved to Jordan from Julius. What do we got?
I'm still dying on that. Oh, get him, Jules. Get him, Jules, all the way.
Oh, yeah,
draws the foul.
gets
All
fouled.
right.
So what's the Meta equivalent of the Kobe 60 game in his final game? Was it like...
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, this is a good start right here.
That was incredible.
Just locking dudes up. So Meadow was one of the most physical defenders in the NBA in his time, and he was, we remember him as kind of this older guy now, but in his day, man, he was an amazing combination of strength. And second free throw now from Randall knocks that down. And Meta has some of the quickest hands I've ever seen. And he was one of the great steals guy. I know he's like 2 behind Ron Harper, I think it is, first on the all-time steals list. As we get Frazier with the pull-up, Nance pulls down that rebound.
I just want to say that with Meta, I think he's one of the few dudes. Is Ingram, nice little drive to the lane, but he forces it up with his right hand. Should use his left. But Meta's one of the only dudes who could lock down Kobe, like legitimately. I think there's a lot of names floated out there.
I don't think he'd lock down Kobe. He made Kobe's difficult. I don't think anybody locked down Kobe.
I think that is what lockdown Kobe is. But anyway, Holiday's gonna get a drop step on Nance, but no one locks down Kobe. But
he defended him as well as anyone. I'll give you that.
What I meant to say. So,
yeah. Back cut. Nice recognition, Julius.
Frazier gets the
Julius
hold.
has been really good lately, man. Just in a two-way, what's the word I'm looking for? His two-way play has been really good, and he's been really recognizing back cuts and things like that. As Nance takes a three,
25
mixes
footer.
that up, misses that wide left. 8:18 left in the first. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Julius. I want to make sure I pointed that out in this game. So we got 8:15 left with 8-4 left in the first quarter. Get the ball up top to Ajinça, and you can tell the Pelicans' offense is really kind of struggling without their two bigs out there. Gets the ball over to Frazier. Lakers help too hard off of that and give up the open three, one pass away. It's poor defensive effort right there. Lakers get into a delay set, but they don't give the ball to Julius. Back to Meta instead. He lets it fly, but he misses long, and ball goes out of bounds again. 7:50 left. Lakers up 8-7. Got Frazier with the ball coming up the left-hand side, crossing half court. Ball reversal into a ball screen. Some two-man game with Ajinça and Holiday. Ingram recovers to Holiday. Back over to Ajinça. Good closeout by Julius. Forces the miss. Meta gets the rebound. Pushes up the middle of the court. Hands off to JC. Nice pass. Good court vision over to Julius. And he finishes in transition. Nice play, JC.
Nice control there by Julius. Not rampaging too hard and got his balance there. You're going to have Holiday knifing through the lane on Ingram and kicks it out to Ajinça for the 18-footer is good. Inbound quickly to JC. They're going to push the pace here. Try to get it to Meta, but it gets deflected by Cunningham. And Cunningham digs it out, still fighting for it with Randall. And he's going to call a timeout. So that's going to be our first break with 7:05. Lakers are up 10-9. And we're going to go to a commercial break. So back to that, Pete. Ron Artest stories, if you will. The artist formerly known as Ron.
So I used to a couple things. I used to get tickets once a year for about a 5-year stretch that were the row, and you went with me once or twice, right?
I did.
That were the row right behind the Lakers bench. I mean, you could hear the conversations and everything. And there was one time where Meta came over to the they've got a little like Gatorade stand, and they've got all sorts of snacks and things like that. And he came over to get a snack out of the cart where the Gatorade is, and he reached behind, and you could see his face kind of like contort in confusion, and he pulled out an orange. And he stared at the orange for at least 20 seconds. Like it was an uncomfortably long time, just like totally confused, like he'd never seen an orange before. And I kid you not, he took a bite directly out of the orange without peeling it and then just threw it back away. And I guess I don't know if I could articulate the weirdness of it, but it was so Artest, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And I don't know, man. He's one of the game's great characters. He's really been an advocate for mental health, and in the LA area, and and overall, and that's a cause close to my heart. And he is one of the most honest athletes I think that we've ever had. He gives you no BS. He understands that he's flawed, but he's also like the anti-hater, he's the most positive dude.
He really is.
And, sadly, much of his memory is going to be kind of colored by the Malice at the Palace situation. And
that's one of the rare situations where something so badly goes wrong in sports and something good came out of it. And in how he came out of that, he really changed, I think.
I really respect that quality and attribute in people, you know what I mean? And he was... I don't know, man. He's a light. He's one of those. He's always going to be a beloved Laker. He could come back in 15, 20 years. As we're back from the commercial break, the Pelicans hit a shot. He can come back in 20 years, and he's going to get a standing ovation in Staples. So we got some zipper series. JC with a ball screen. Randall misses the ball screen right there. Then Ingram curls off of it from the weak side and gets a layup. They've been running that play a lot where Ingram curls around in the wake of the roll man, and he's been cutting so hard off of that. It's beautiful. So Lakers take the 12-11 lead, 6:35 left. A little pocket pass to Ajinça. High low to Solomon Hill. They get a nice little layup. Good accurate passing there. Laker defense wasn't bad, but they got it they got that pass through. So it's a delay right here. JC's going to set that down screen. Knock that down, Brandon. This is a big shot for him to start making. He misses that. 6:20 left. They got a Frazier coming up as Meta takes a tumble. Frazier swings the ball over to Holiday as Meta gets back into the play. Good job tagging by JC, but they get a foul. Going to have a Jinsa going to line with 6:11 left. Pelicans up 13-12.
Yeah, so I'll get into a meta story I heard recently that's pretty entertaining. It's about what he did with his night after the Game 7 against Boston in 2010. It's a great story if you haven't heard it, and I probably won't do it as much justice, but it's great. Jinsa misses the first free throw. It's kind of interesting to see these guys playing right now. I don't know if you feel this, but they feel looser than I've seen, and maybe not in the best way. Like they know it's like the last day of school. Like no teachers ever give you assignments.
That was the analogy I was gonna make. Yeah. It's like after finals, but
everyone's having a good time and seeing friends, saying goodbye in a way. It's their last home game of the year. Want to go out and get big victory. And Ajinça makes second. It's 14-12.
Got Ennis into the game now. Ennis rocking the. Does he always wear those? I'm terrible on basketball fashion. I don't even notice these things.
T-shirt?
The T-shirt and then the high socks. And yeah. Where the hell have I been? All right, he's got the ball with 12 seconds left, 6 minutes left on the. Then a high post touch. Nice pass, Julius. Get 2 free throws for Ennis. Julius's passing, man, in the last month has been really, really good. He's been good all year in transition at those kickbacks and stuff, but he's been making half-court reads, and I'm between that and his shooting, I'm so fired up about it. Like, he's a guy, I'm kind of infamous for my my anti-Randall whispers and things like that as Ennis misses the first free throw. But he's a guy, there's nothing about Randall where he can't do something. And that's what's always made me nervous about the idea of trading him. We get the second free throw right now. That's because whenever he decides to be a good defender, he's going to be a good defender. When he decides to look for the open man in the half court, it happened overnight. It was one day to another type of thing. So we get a double high ball screen into a pick and pop for Cunningham, steps into an 18-footer and drills it. Pelicans up 16-13 with 5:40 left in the first. Get a delay right here, so they're going to set that down screen again. JC slips it, and Randall takes the jumper, almost gets the soft roll, but that comes off. Got Frazier coming up, 5:30 left, looking to get a step-up screen from Ajinça. He turns the corner, gets all the way, and gets fouled.
16-13 with 5:26 left. As far as Randall goes, I hear you say that a lot, when he decides to. And what I think of is not so much whether he's deciding to or whether or not he's able to effectively parse out his effort. I think he just only knows that on balls to the wall switch and kind of finding that. And I think this is partially why he's kind of bad on defense, is he's saving himself for offense. I think finding that middle ground of being able to not be exhausted through the second half of the first quarter. That's what young guys work through by being successful in the NBA. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. There, as we get the second free throw right now from Frazier, I have a friend who's very adamant about Randall's conditioning isn't where it needs to be, and Randall's also very much used to being an on-ball player who needs to be able to contribute off of the ball, and he's learning that, and he's to his credit, I've seen improvements on that as we get a
Ennis throws up a wedge.
Yeah, exactly.
Hill's gonna bring the ball up on the right side with Ingram on him. Give it to Monteunis, because step up screen for Frazier. He's gonna dump it off to I don't know. Good God, 13. I'm telling you, I had to look up their players. I still remember. Just step up screen from Julius. Clarkson going to the right. He travels so badly. He went off that screen a little hot and didn't give Randall time to roll off of it. And
that's a time where you want to hit him with the hesitation dribble right there, just so that the roll man can get into the passing window for you. So those are just little point guard type of tricks that help your team be more successful as we get a turnover going the other way from the Pelicans. They've taken a 6-point lead with a little run right here, so hopefully Lakers can get it back together. And got Ennis directing traffic. Going to get some what are we doing here, guys? They're not even sure. This quick down screen for Clarkson. Ball in the post to Randall. He falls down, kicks it out to JC. He attacks the closeout. Nice little floater, but misses that way long, and Randall ends up knocking that out of bounds. 4:13 left in the first as Lakers down by 6. And that was Cheikh Diallo.
Cheikh Diallo, okay.
Yeah. So get a step-up screen here from...
that was the hesitation dribble you were talking about right
yes,
there
it was.
Frazier just hit him with.
Exactly.
And that puts your guy in frozen. That freezes your guy, too, on the ball, off the ball.
Skipped over to Hill.
Here.
Yeah, skipped over to Hill, defended by Ingram, trying to go one-on-one. He loses it. Lakers do come up with this one. And didn't see Ingram trailing and pulls it back. Then some tries to get it to Nance on the lob, but that's off. And then the Pelicans throw that. JC couldn't quite get to that. You get a layup.
Wow.
Oh, but he blows it. Doesn't hit rim. Get an outlet from Nance over to Ennis. Ennis going to hit Ingram.
God, Ennis.
Ingram pulls back. Try to go one-on-one against Hill. Gives him a drop step. Good help.
Ooh,
nice pass.
Drop.
Nice pass over to Randall.
That was a
Randall
great
scores.
drop by Randall, too, to recognize Ingram's kind of getting into a hairy position when the guy collapsed on him.
Really good back
Dropped
cut.
down to that ball.
Well,
right
and those
there.
are those off-ball things, right?
Yep.
From Randall, who's up
Yep.
to 8 points right now. That it's the difference between just standing there and watching another guy one-on-one, or go create yourself a shot opportunity. And to Ingram's credit, he made a great read on that off of the move. He felt the secondary defender as we get some pistol right here, handoff back to Ingram. Now in that pistol set right there, that's the first option, is to get the handoff back to the guy that made that initial pass. So
Now we've been seeing a lot lately is Ingram just trying to bully him in the post. You really using his size. He's going to go to the free throw line for 2 more here. Is that something you think he can bring to his game for the rest of his career?
I do.
Using dudes in the high post.
He's a guy I've since the summer I've made comparisons to Dirk, right, as he misses the free throw. And if you've noticed, he's shot a lot fewer 3-pointers in this nice little run that he's had to close the season, and it's been a lot more 15 feet and in, 18 feet and in type of work as he front rims and misses the second free throw. Now that right there is a huge area for him. He's going to get to the line. He's got to get to that 75% clip. So if he's able to just make that jump from one year to the next, he's going to add another point or two to his per game average on just the strength of that alone. So got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Get a little turnaround. Monteus misses. Nance gets the rebound, hands the ball off over to Ennis. Lakers with only 15 points with 2:35 left in the first. Get a handoff over to Ingram. Swings the ball back over to Ennis into some post action. A lot of post up in this game. Got Nance being defended by Diallo. Kicks the ball back out to JC, who takes the 3. Front rims that. Easy dunk for Ingram right there. He's been really good off of the ball. He works those off-ball, moving without the ball type of scenarios. He fits so well into a team concept that, we talk a lot about like first options and second options and who the man is going to be, but really it's about launching as many attacks as you possibly can on the rim over the course of a possession, and he has a real knack for that off of the ball. So I'm really excited about that. We get a post touch for him again as he faces up, so he keeps his pivot alive. Being defended by Holiday, drop step into a jumper. Now, he under-pivoted on that when you're going to miss short almost every time that you do that. You want to get your shooting foot just a little bit out in front of nice pass right there. As Pelicans get a layup. You want to get your shooting foot, which is your right foot if you're right-handed or your left foot if you're left-handed, out in front of your non-shooting foot or your pivot foot in that instance.
You're basically shooting like behind your hip at that point.
Right, and you're going to miss short or you're going to open up your hips. And so if you're a righty who under pivots, you're going to miss to your right. If you're a lefty who under pivots, you're going to miss to your left or short in both of those circumstances. So we got a timeout. Pelicans up 23-17. Laker offense is not looking so great.
So I'm going to try and get my meta story out of the way because I don't know if you've heard this. This is pretty funny. So this is right after Game 7 against the Celtics when he hit that incredible 3 from Kobe, right? So he does the great press conference, all that. So what does he do? He goes clubbing, of course, in his Lakers uniform. Doesn't
Didn't
shower.
even take it off.
Didn't take it off. He was in his Lakers uniform. Says he was out until about 4 a.m., right? Smoking a little weed, he was saying, drinking. And then around 5 a.m., he finds himself in Dr. Dre's studio. So Dr. Dre's like burning the midnight oil doing Dr. Dre stuff, and, he knows. Lakers just won the championship, baby. I need to make some tracks. So they go in to remix Meta's famous Champion track, which is a classic in and of itself. And so he's in Dr. Dre's studio at like 5 a.m. to like 8 a.m. recording remix tracks for his Champion song that they didn't finish, and he just never hit up Dr. Dre again. He was scared. He was like, man, that was the weirdest, like, craziest night of my life. And I think I'm missing a couple other weird things that happened to him that night, too.
Is he still in the Lakers uniform this entire time?
I don't know what else he'd be
Presumably not.
wearing.
Well,
I mean,
Meta's exactly the type of dude that would that asks for shirts versus skin, or shirts versus skins and pickup balls.
Right.
Would not surprise me if he's like in his boxers, rapping with Dr. Dre. So
yeah, so I think that's hilarious. That kind of encapsulates the kind of fun, hard-working
he's a free
nature
spirit,
of the
man.
dude.
He's his own person. I love people who are their own. They kind of forge their own path. They're not trying to be what the whole world wants them to be.
Yep.
They're their own men, and I really respect that about Meta. So we're about back live. Gonna have Ingram running point on this. Is Nance inbounds right now? See what the Lakers got drawn up right here. Pass over to Meta. He's trying to get a back screen lob for Ingram, but they reverse that. And then they hold Ingram on the cut right there. So he's going to go to the line, shoot 2 more free throws. Come on, baby. Let's knock these down.
Pete, do you see a potential comparison? I know we talked about Dirk real quick, but a potential like creator-scorer comparison for Ingram?
I probably not directly across the board.
Right.
It's funny. We have such an urge as basketball fans to compare a young guy to an established guy, and I feel like we kind of go overboard with that because as they get older, who is James Harden's analog? Who's the guy that he's exactly this guy? Now, when he was young, we totally did the same thing to him. Or Steph Curry, right? Who all of the really good players in the NBA, we say, oh, they're just like this guy. But I don't think there is an exact analog for Ingram, as he does knock down both free throws, puts Lakers within 4. So yeah, I think he's a fairly unique talent, and that's why he was drafted number 2 overall. Get a drag screen here from Montejunis on the pick and pop. He rejects the back screen cut into another ball screen with him. He shoots a little lefty floater and drills it.
Yeah, he's got a nice touch from mid-range.
Yeah. 25-19, 105 left as Ennis crosses half court. Flowing in some dribble weave and then a step-up screen from Black, who's in the game. Nice pass to Nwaba, who's in from Ingram. Ingram's been very high usage in this game, which is something I wanted to see in D'Angelo's absence tonight. So he's got 8 points and 2 boards and 2 assists. So Pelicans come up dry on that one. Get a drag screen here from Nance. Ennis nicely navigates that, but Nance back rims it. Nwaba digs it out and gets the putback. Beautiful. Got a 2-for-1 opportunity as well. Lakers trail by 2.
All right, 30 seconds left. You're going to cross half court now. I don't know these players. It's so terrible.
That's Crawford.
Crawford, yes.
Of course.
Montejunis with another floater. That's short. Rebound to Tariq.
You know that guy, right?
Is that Tariq?
Lakers are going to hold for the last shot. Got 10 seconds left. Usually they want to spread the floor and get a step-up ball screen on this. Oh, some chin fist. Haven't seen this in a while. And going to Ingram, no less. Kick out to Nance for the 3.
Woo!
Hey!
Buckets.
Nice shot, baby.
And 1 second left. That's going to do it for
Ingram
the first
gets himself a
half.
block right there, too.
Yeah,
I like it. Little
garbage time block.
padding the stats right there on the defensive end. I respect it.
And Lakers end the first quarter on a bit of a run. They're going to be up 26-25 going into the second. So, yeah, I don't know what you...
Let's talk to our peeps, man. This has been an awesome year with you guys, and so any questions or comments or anything, man, that you guys... Before I forget, I want to give my boy Yari a shout-out. Yari hit me up on Twitter earlier today asking... he's from Stockholm, Sweden, and he was like, yo, you guys are you guys going to do this next year? And the answer is hell yes, we're going to be doing this next year, and probably more frequently than we were able to this year for a number of reasons. So, shout out to Yari, man. Thank you for the support. And I know the time difference has got to be crazy, and I can't imagine what the internet situation is in terms of trying to find a good feed. So, much respect to you. Thank you for the support over the last few months, man.
So we don't have many questions. They're kind of doing their thing in the
Yeah,
chat.
they always
I
do,
asked you
right.
about the potential of Brandon Ingram. That was one. I'm going to butcher this name, because I'm terrible with these. But what do you think about OG Anunoby?
I haven't watched enough of so I've got kind of my between now and the beginning of next season mapped out in terms of guys that I'm scouting and videos that I'm doing. There's going to be an uptick on the videos going forward because I want to give Laker fans, stuff to watch over the time where the Lakers are gone. So I haven't seen enough of him to have as educated of an opinion as I normally do. That said, my base reaction is I would be really happy if he's available at 28. I think he's a real physical specimen that, I have a lot of, I think the coaching staff has done a great job in terms of player development this year. And I think that if you get a guy with clay, as they say, right, kind of this moldable talent, but maybe not a lot in the way of skill, I think this, I think this coaching staff can do a lot with that. So having not watched enough of all of the guys that are going to be available at that pick, if they came away with a talent like him at that 28 spot, I'd be pretty happy.
Got a couple people asking questions about our backgrounds here as far as how we got into basketball. Like, have we coached before? That stuff we'll bring up in the breaks, but that's cool. We'll kind of throw out a little bit more about ourselves, I think, today, Pete.
Okay.
Give our little background to people. We got some new fans, it looks like. People heard it from us before.
For sure, man. For sure. Let's do that next commercial break, answer those questions.
We're coming back inbound to Ennis right now. Looks like it's going to be more or less the same lineup as that left. The first, Ennis, Black, Nwaba, Robinson, and Corey Brewer is making his first appearance. Gonna get to a dribble weave going here, and Nwaba just runs away.
Back cut.
Yep.
Lob. Okay, he put it up.
Yep.
That they were setting that up to get a lob for Tarek Black right there, and the defender backed away, and Ennis read that properly, got the little floater. Lakers on a 9-0 run over the last $1.30, so get a nice curl here from Crawford. Diallo tries to get that, but Ennis sandwiches down on the rebound, as he should on the defensive boards from a guard position. Kick that out over Ennis. Get a drag screen from Robinson, who's in the game. Nice pocket pass over to T-Rob. Ooh, drops it off over to Black. Oh, but he gets stripped. Outlet pass over to, who the heck is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Quinn Cook right there. Quinn Cook. And we get a reach-in foul by Nwaba right there.
So we have a Quinn Cook, Jordan Crawford, Donatas Montejunas,
Cheikh Diallo.
Is Cunningham out or Hill? And
to Axel Tupane.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo.
Good luck, bro.
Foley.
All right. Inbound pass in here into Diallo, who's got a nice mid-range jumper, but he kicks the ball back out to Cook. Step-up screen from him. Robinson tries to hedge that, and they drop down, and they get the foul on Robinson, bodying up on the drive by Cook right there. 11 minutes left. Lakers up by 3. Going to get sideline out of bounds right here.
Oh man.
Should get a zipper cut right here from Quinn Cook. Is off of the down screen by Diallo.
These are pretty common inbound play sets, so you'll notice a lot. He's going to go up.
There it is.
Screen.
Diallo didn't really go to set it, but yeah, this is the Lakers run this the zip fist, right? Is get a mishandle right there, and you're going to get a foul on Ennis, cutting out Cook's legs right there. And I think that's 3 team fouls on the Lakers in the second quarter, the first minute and 5 seconds. So good hustle right there. I appreciate it. Those are the type of fouls you ain't going to get mad about.
Yeah.
So inbound and into ball reversal. Get the ball over to Tupane. Tupane with a hesitation dribble. Brewer stays with him, so he skips it back out to Cook. Got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Robinson steps up but gets beat to the outside leg, but Black's there to clean it up. Going to have 1 second left on the shot clock as he swats that out of bounds.
One thing I've noticed about Robinson is he doesn't really move his hips that much, like side to side. He kind of gets locked in, and then he swings them all at once. There's no kind of incremental move widening as the guy is getting by you,
And we get a shot clock violation right here on Robinson. Got the deflection right there. That's one thing I said, he got beat to his outside leg. That's something that you really don't want the hedging big to get beat in the direction that the guard is already going. Make the guard change direction, and when he does that, you're sending him back into the guard who's recovering right there.
You know what I mean?
Who's trailing behind. So getting beat outside leg is kind of a no-no right there. So some more dribble weave, but Robinson rejects it, goes all the way to the basket, gets the layup. Lakers take a 5-point lead right here with 10:25 left. Tupane with the ball defended by Brewer. Going to get a drag screen from Diallo, but he rejects that. Kicks the ball over to Montejunas. He dribbles right with a little running hook, misses that. Robinson gets the rebound, got better handles than you might expect. Going to keep pushing and throws the ball Ball gets deflected out of bounds. Laker ball. 18 seconds left.
About as well as the Thomas Robinson coast to coast as they can expect.
Wasn't great spacing on that fast break either. Nwaba needs to get a little bit wider than he got. Gonna get Brewer inbounding the ball over to T-Rob. Gonna get a slice cut by Brewer and into a handoff by Ennis. Good closeout right there defensively. He misses that. Pelicans get the ball. Hand the ball over to Crawford. Crawford gets the drag screen from Montejunis. Lakers hedge and recover, and he gets into the paint and makes the layup.
Nice little lefty floater there.
Good pacing on that as well.
Ennis is gonna push up the ball lob for Tariq Black. And he's going to bully himself over Montejunis with the layup. That was nice, sticking with that play. Quinn Cook is going to cross half court, the right side, give it to Montejunis, swing it over to that's
Crawford.
Yes.
Crawford. I got you, baby.
I also
got
have bad eyes.
Yeah,
Did I mention that?
My eyes have gotten worse as the season's going on. Little step-up screen from Black, and then Ennis runs Montejunis over, gets the charge.
Yeah, his head down. He didn't really see that he had beaten him to that spot and just kept going.
That's something with Tyler Ennis is when the big hard hedges like that, when he comes up high, either you want to be able to split that, or that's a great time for an inside-out dribble if you want to go in the same direction. So, again, young point guard, got to learn the tools. As Brewer gets the strip right here, get wide Nwaba. There you go. Get it back to him. Oh, he's going to attack. And, misses it. But he's going to go to the line shooting two. Lakers up 3 with 9:09 left. There's a better job running his transition lane right there, as I think Nwaba got popped in the eye a little bit.
Yeah. Again, Lakers up 3, 32-29 with 9:09 left. Nwaba's had 10.7 points and 4 rebounds and 57% field goal shooting in the last 3 games. He's going to make his first free throw.
He had a pretty good night with the defenders last night. I think he had 26 and 10. Pretty efficient.
People are asking if we are rooting for a win, and yes, we are rooting for a win.
We're rooting for a win.
We are fans. Nwaba makes the second free throw.
Well, that's not to say that those who root for the tank are not fans, because they are. But if Phoenix loses tonight, then
it won't matter.
The tank's over, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone's locked in to their spots. So we get a Diallo with a nice face-up drop step, and that's a pretty move right there. Diallo out of Kansas only scored like 3 points per game in his freshman year, came out, but has a lot of talent. Lakers running a pistol variation right here. Robinson doesn't make contact on his screen. Ball gets reversed over to Brewer. Going to get a step-up screen for the dreaded Corey Brewer, Tark Black pick and roll into a entry pass and a handoff.
Wow.
The Lakers fumble it away, kicks the ball out to Nwaba. He attacks the inexplicable closeout, but he steps out of bounds in the process of doing so. Lakers up 3 with 8:29 left as we go to timeout. So it's been a sloppy game, but it's been entertaining. So,
all right, Pete. So the people are asking, how did you get into basketball?
I mean,
like as in general, I'm guessing like as a kid.
Just as a kid, my grandma actually introduced me to the game. My mom's mom, who actually she passed away when I was 5. So some of my earliest memories, my first memory at all in life, is meeting Cream on a plane, and then one of my other very early ones is kind of playing on a Fisher Price hoop at my grandma's place, who taught me just like the basic rules of it. And then Tom and I are brothers, for those of you who don't know, who are joining us later in the season. And our dad, but this is before Tom was born. I'm quite a bit older than Tom. Our dad worked for the TV station that carried the Lakers during the mid-'80s. This is before Prime Tickets. It was a station called On TV, which later became Telemundo in the same building. And he worked there for about 30 years. But anyway, my mom would let me stay up late on Laker home games because he worked in the truck, and I'd be able to see his name in the credits at the end of that. So between that, kind of having the personal family connection to that, and then, that was a great time to be an impressionable young kid watching some of the greatest teams in NBA history. So it was very easy to not just become a Laker fan, but fall in love with it. And it's been my favorite sport my entire life.
Yeah, likewise. And what's interesting is there's a weird kind of parallel between our fandoms, right? You're about 8 years older than me. You're 8 years older than me, and I remember my first memories of watching the Lakers were the Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Sabalos Lakers. I remember watching them. I don't have very specific memories, but I remember watching them with the jerseys, and I think the first vivid memory I have is Kobe airballing against the Jazz. But not long thereafter, I was a part of this new generation of the dynasty, the Kobe Shaq Lakers, with the same exciting time to be alive and be a Laker fan. That just, I love pretty much all sports to some degree or another, but basketball has just always stood out to me as, the way the five guys on a court react together, just how it all comes together. It's the perfect sport, in my opinion.
I totally agree. It's an amazing combination of skill and athleticism that I wasn't born with the body to play at a particularly high level, but I love the game more than anything. And next commercial break, we'll talk about kind of the background that I have in basketball. So we get Cook jacking up a tough fadeaway jumper under shot clock duress.
Brewer Euro step.
Brewer almost gets his head taken off, and he's going to go to line, shoot two with 8:02 left. Lakers up by 3.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Our boy Beast Boss Nasty Jake gave us a heartfelt thank you for the season, that we made the season much better for him, all the content we produced. We just want to say likewise, Jake, and to all the fans, thank you guys so much for, being there, sticking with us through the technical difficulties and the losses and the poor play. It's made the season so much better, huh, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely. This has been an amazing community that, it's the highlight of my day is interacting with you guys, whether it's on Twitter or, in these LFR lives or with the podcast and all that. So, yeah, man. And if you ever see me on the street or at Summer League or something like that, man, come up and say what's up. It's not even like that where it's, leave me alone or anything like that. Like, this is a community and a beautiful thing that I feel like we're building. And I always want to be welcome and open. Lob to Nwaba!
Laba!
No,
right.
If I was Anthony Irwin, I'd be Nulaba.
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at the puns.
You gotta keep it simple. I said Laba.
Okay. Laba? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta keep it simple.
Shout out to Anthony.
Yes.
All right. This LFR Live's gone off the rails.
No, this is exactly what it was supposed to be.
For the last one of the year, you're probably right.
And yeah, we get a through the glass replay of the Nwaba lob. We're gonna get a Jinsa drag handoff.
Kicks the ball over Diallo.
Nice.
Drills the little baseline. Yeah, he's got a nice little mid-range game. Lakers up by 4 with 7:16 left. Let's see, what are we running here, guys? Ennis is a little late in calling these plays. This is floppy right here. Yeah. And poor spacing. Nwaba attacks to the wrong side. Takes a very tough shot and nails it.
All right.
So, hey, just how they drew it up, right? Lakers up by 6.
It's highly efficient 15-foot jump shots.
Get the ball to Diallo. Lakers overplay, and then
That's
Diallo's that's really bad defense by Robinson right there. Yeah, you're right. So gonna get that step up right there from and then all the way, baby.
There you go. See, that's what Ennis has been doing lately. That he has been making decisions off of a pick and roll.
And that was that hesitation right there to rather than attack all the way into the hedging big, you wait for him to recover and then attack in his wake. So got 6:30 left. Crawford jacks it up from deep.
That was a Crawford
come on, T-Rob. This isn't T-Rob's best shift right now. Yeah.
Schooling T-Rob right now. No, but what I was going to say about Ennis was like the first 10, 15 games he was on the team, he was pissed me off so much, man, because he'll come around a pick and roll, and he
look
won't.
At that pace.
That was a great dribble. Like there's sometimes where you can pound the ball that opens up angles. But he would come off a pick and roll and not do anything.
Yeah.
He would just kind of like squander that opportunity away. And then all of a sudden the defense resets and nothing happened.
Right, and then and when you got a 24-second shot clock, when you do that, like it's murder. Yeah. You end up with an ISO with 5 seconds left. So Diallo makes his first free throw. Lakers up by 5. So yeah, no, I'm a strong believer that it takes point guards a little bit longer as we go to a timeout. It takes point guards a little bit longer to figure things out on the NBA level. Their NBA learning curve is a little bit steeper. And the reason is it makes sense. It's kind of like quarterbacks in the NFL. They're the ones that have to make more decisions than any other position.
Yes.
And so even, we talk about that with D'Angelo a lot, but even with a guy like Ennis, the same concept applies, right? Where at 25, he's going to be a much better player than he was at 20. And he was a one and done guy. So,
right.
To answer your guys' question about my background in basketball, it really isn't anything all that special. I coached for 4 or 5 years on the high school level, and a little bit of AAU experience, and a little bit working at clinics. And one of my highlights was doing a coaching clinic with Bob Hurley Sr., who is one of, I think, 4 high school basketball coaches inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame, and Willie West, who was the great coach at Crenshaw High School, he's an LA legend. Those were some fun Crenshaw teams, and got to know a lot of the OG Crenshaw guys and guys from Manual Arts, and a lot of most of my coaching tenure was in like South Central LA, and so, guys like Marcus Johnson and John Hot Rod Williams, and just kind of them old cats that I got to learn a lot of the, not just the game from, but just like the culture of the game and the community. And I think I try to inject that in the whole mentality of the LFR thing, right? Is that like these dudes like John Williams, and I'm forgetting some names, and we talk a lot about Raymond Lewis, who's considered by many to be the best player to never play in the NBA. I'll tell some Raymond Lewis stories for those who don't know about it, maybe in another commercial break. But like a lot of these dudes, play dominoes together every Saturday. Like they got, I think they call it it's some church. It's like I think they call it Bible study is what it is. They call it Bible study, and there ain't no Bibles. It's joints and dominoes and liquor, so
yeah. So like I joined Pete, after he'd already started this. I'd seen a Laker film room going on. I don't have any coaching experience, but I played basketball my whole life. I went to basketball camp from 10 to 17 every summer. I went to every 3-week thing, all 3 of them every summer. That's shout out to Coach Ned Mercedic at Ventura College basketball. Where I grew up. So I've been a big fan for a long time. I'm intrigued by the X's and O's. We're getting a free throw now by Diallo. He's going to miss it and rebound by Black. So that's just a little bit about me. I'm picking up more stuff through osmosis.
And Tom's got a real good entertainment industry background where he's kind of helping me with all of that.
Nice.
Oh, this is such a nice set. Knock that down.
Yeah, if
really
he could finish a little
up.
bit harder at like going to the basket
with his momentum going toward, right? That's also an example of being able to use your left hand. He would have been able to catch and finish while he was on the move. So get a down screen and good deflection by Black right there. Nwaba comes up with it. Gave it up a little too early to Ennis, but we get the back lob.
That was a bad pass, but
hey,
that was a bit short.
He's gotten away with a couple of those. Ennis has, but he's gotten a couple dimes off of it. So.
Brewer came back to it like a receiver for a touchdown. Like that Des Bryant coming back to the ball.
This lineup on the court next to Ennis, aside from him, are some pretty good athletes here. So as they the Pelicans front run the jumper, Lakers up by 7. Randall does not have a kickback buddy right here, so he decides to take it all the way. Little drop step, draws a foul. I like it. That was more on balance than a lot of his. Like he got further into his move and counter move progressions without kind of falling down. And yeah, man, that kid's starting to get it. I'm been really impressed by Randall, and if you followed me for a while, you're probably chuckling a little bit when hearing me say that. But I don't. Even the dudes that I have skepticism about, like. I root for all of these guys. I rather be wrong and the Lakers be good, than be right and have a guy not work out. So Randall nails a free throw, puts it up to an 8-point lead. Got 5:22 left. For those of you syncing up, got it right now. Second free throw is a cut to Nwaba. Misses that. We've got 5:20 left with the ball in Solomon Hill's hands. Drew Holiday's hands right here. They're going to try and get an Iverson cut. They eventually do for Crawford. They go to second option. Nice face-up reverse pivot for Ajinça, but he rolls it home. Nice shot. Lakers up 6. Got 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's coming up the right side. Going to go into some motion strong type action right here. Ball reverses over to Ennis. Then they try that same play for Ingram for Brewer, but the Pelicans read it. Get the ball back up to JC, up at the top of the key. Some two-man game with Randall. I'd like to see Randall actually set that screen rather than slip it. JC attacks, tries to... wow! Beautiful finish with his left. He made chicken salad out of you-know-what. Terrible transition defense, though, when we get a dunk. Whenever you've got dribble penetration from the top of the key, one of the wings, the weak side especially, has to rotate up to take care of back responsibility. So you'll give up more fast break points when... your guard penetrates from the top of the key. See, watch this take right here. That's Randall's responsibility to rotate back up and have back responsibility to prevent exactly what we see right here on this Cunningham
And
lob.
you see how he was late and, just getting to the play as Cunningham was throwing it down.
Exactly.
So Hill's going to shoot his first free throw here in a second, right now. And Lakers are up 5, 46-41 for the moment, 4:24 left. Somebody just threw up a Hebe dribbling in the chat, and I just started laughing because of shout out to Anthony. I think he was in the chat earlier.
Anthony's gonna have some funny stuff ahead up for Laker Film Room Live, or I'm sorry, Laker Film Room in the near future. His computer crashed on him, poor guy. So he's
too real.
Yeah. So but he's gonna have something soon. So JC makes the read off of the pick and roll, makes the correct read, but Tarek can't finish. Gets the ball outletted over to Tim Frazier. He's surveying little drags the ice on the Lakers ice that ball screen, and he drags and hits the pick and pop. Pick and pops are a good way to beat an iced ice pick and roll. So gonna get a zipper cut from Brewer right here. Good defense, and this is gonna flow into that's that down screen right here into a post up opportunity for Julius. Good defense by Hill. But Julius thought he was going to make that, but he misses. Brewer hustles but can't dig it out. Solomon Hill gets the ball, pushing as fast as he can in transition. Going to attack Black right here, but Black gets a hand on it. Brewer gets the ball as he trails. Get it to JC, baby. Oh, nice dribble.
Brewer's going to blow the layup after a beautiful split in the double, split in the middle, and Ajinsa's going to get hacked driving to the lane, and Pete is despondent over here. Just like unbelievable you didn't make that layup.
Corey Brewer needs a drinking game. Like he's got the so this isn't a bad idea or anything, right?
He's like, oh.
You see I love watching the guys on the bench right there because they're like, okay, never mind. yeah, you're coming out. He laughs as he goes to the bench. Ajinsa makes the first free throw, cuts the lead to 2.
So, Pete, quickly here, I got a quick question for you. You tweeted earlier in the season that you didn't think Nance had made real improvements this year versus last year. Do you still feel that way as the season's coming to a close?
Yeah, for the most part. I think he's pretty much the same dude as he's been.
Even with the threes and the...
I mean, that's... Yeah, you can make an argument that that's it. That now, both he and Randall have gotten the green light to shoot those, and it's fair to say that isn't something. I think he hit one his rookie year, so that it's fair to say that that's an improvement. But by and large, I think he's the same guy as he was last year. That said, I like Nance's game, and I think he's a good role player. I think the Laker win streak has coincided with him going into the starting lineup as we get some high-low with him and Randall. Bodies up the smaller player. They swat that out of bounds. 0.9 left on the shot clock. So, as we go to commercial break, Nance is the kind of guy that you need alongside kind of more high-usage guys. But Nance is someone also that I feel like if he had a different mentality, he'd be – like I think he could be better than he realizes that he is. If he had that mentality of like, I'm a lot more athletic than everybody else in at least in some ways, and he's not unskilled, but it's just not something he doesn't have the mentality for it. And I think by this age, I think he's kind of fairly close to 25 at this point. You kind of are who you are from a mentality standpoint, and that's okay. Nance is a very good player, and I expect him to be part of the core for the foreseeable future.
We had some questions kind of regarding, what is it? I can't say your name, but a dude asked any suggestions for a aspiring sports journalist, Pete?
As though I would know. Honestly, I would say the best honest advice that I could give is start producing content. However you can do it, just write, whether you're writing, whether you're making videos. Really, all I did was I was bored. I missed coaching basketball. I've had life things kind of take me away from that. And I said, I'm going to start doing this for my own, for my own enjoyment. And then I sent it to some friends. They're like, yo, this is really good. You should, send it to some people. And I did. And it's kind of just grown from there. But really, it all started from having that internal passion and just like be true to yourself and make content that you believe in. Now, if you're a writer, there are going to be a lot of platforms where you have to kind of conform to like somebody else owns the site or the platform that you're going to be writing on, right? And so you got to make them happy. Like for me, I got the LFR platform. Like I don't want hot takey bullcrap, on my site. And if one of my writers comes to me with that, I'm going to be like, yo, that's not who we are. Like if you want to write that somewhere, just write it somewhere else. And so whatever it is that you're doing, like I think the order of how things should work from where you're going from is produce content, write and get better and be your own worst critic, but keep doing it and do it for yourself. And people pick up on that when you believe in what it is that you're doing. Don't wait for somebody to offer you a job or offer you a position from somewhere else, as JC drills the 3. Lakers take a 4-point lead.
I want to tag on to that in a minute, but finish. Let's call the rest of this half, then I want to tag on.
Sounds good. We'll talk about that at halftime because Tom's a writer himself. So it's all right. We got Holiday, nice little post entry into Jinsa. Stop reaching. Julius picks up the foul.
I guess this is a decent time. I don't have a whole lot to say, but what you said there at the end, I want to parrot that and write about what you care about, and that will shine through without a doubt. So many writers are trying to inject their personality into the stuff. That's great, but you need to have something to say. You have to have something to say in a way. You be creative about it. And the biggest thing I want to say is that writing is a muscle. Writing, using those skills, second free throw is missed. Julius gets the rebound. Using those skills is a muscle, just like a bicep. If you are good at it and naturally strong, you'll be fine. But if you work it out, you'll get yoked. And on that note, Brandon Ingram with a beautiful drop-off pass to Julius.
The zipper cut, beautiful, tasty deliciousness.
My Lord.
Nice dive cut by Julius. God, there was so much nice about that. Ingram back cut the overplay.
Where's the tissue?
JC made the read. Randall made the read on the cut. Randall picks up another foul, you turkey. And one last point, Tom, with what you're saying is educate yourself on whatever it is you write about. Like, try to become an expert. We live in a time where, like, the entire world's library of knowledge is at your fingertips.
Yes.
And don't just, like, write bullcrap. Like, become as much of an expert as you can. Like I said, I'm just a high school basketball coach for a few years. I'm not been special from a experience standpoint, but I've, every avenue that I could go through to learn more about the X's and O's of the game, to learn more about the culture of the game, about every component of the game. Lots and lots of late nights when you can't sleep and all of that. That's what I did. Like, this is my life. This is what I traded, nights out for, is to learn this stuff. And so if that's really what you want to do and you want to grow a following, man, people will follow that and they'll pick up when like, you're going to be wrong about a ton of things. And I know, Lord knows I'm already been, and I'm going to be wrong about a lot of things with this Laker film room thing as Jordan hits another shot. But people will respect your process if they know that you have one. So that's the end of my my little pep talk. But go get them, man. Go produce some content and kick some ass out there. So we get a dunk off from a gents off of a nice set. Got 140 left in the second. Step up screen here from Nance. Should pick and pop on this. Pop into the space. Kick it out to him. Oh, nice dive cut, but Ingram mishandles it. JC's been making some strides as making reads off of those pick and rolls, man. That was a really nice play. So
that reminded me of something from his rookie year right there.
Yeah, it did. Oh, come on, that wasn't intentional.
Yeah. So 53-50 with 124 left. We got a few questions. We'll get to them at halftime. We're going to stick around. No videos at halftime tonight. So be sure to get in questions. Inbound to got Cunningham.
Got Frazier with the ball up top. Nice skip pass back over to Cunningham. Good closeout by Meta, but he drills it. He ties the game at 53. 1:10 left in the second. All right, let's see what set the Lakers got right here. Usually in this is a set play right here. Going to set some slice action for Ingram. This is kind of new at the end of the season, and he gets fouled. Pelicans had a foul to give, so this is going to be a sideline out of bounds. Let's see if they run that zipper play that we saw the Pelicans run. That's the Lakers' most common sideline inbound play.
So you get shots of Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins resting for the end of the season for tanking purposes.
Yeah, so we're going to get a zipper cut from Clarkson right here. You'll see Clarkson come up to the top of the key. And it'll probably flow into a ball screen with Larry Nance right here. Let's see if it happens. Zipper cut from Clarkson, and he reverses it into a handoff for Ingram, and Ingram uses the screen from Nance. He kind of mishandles it coming off of the pick and roll, shoots a little pull-up, and drills it. Lakers take a 2-point lead. Nice arc on that. He's really improved that. I'd love to see him extend that out to the 3-point range over the course of the summer. So get a step-up screen here from Montejunas. He rolls. JC tags the roll man and recovers. Good defense. Good closeout by Meta to Cunningham. Chases him off the 3-point line. Good closeout by Ingram out to Hill. His closeouts have been better.
Oh.
He crosses Ingram up, though. He's skipping as opposed to sliding his feet.
Yep.
But that's all right. They missed the shot. Lakers going to hold for the last dish shot right here. Laker rule is usually to go around 8 seconds on the shot clock, that is. And there goes Larry at 8. Steps up and slips. JC didn't quite see that. Gets a hesitation. Kick that out. He gets fouled. All right, going to get free throws out of that.
Oh, terrible foul.
I love seeing the guys sprinting over to help their teammate up, too. Those are things as I don't know. Maybe it's not as important on the NBA level. I can't say. I've never coached on that level, but in high school, that was a big thing for me is that if one of your teammates fell and you didn't run to go pick him up and you were by him, your ass is coming out of the game.
JC's going to shoot his first free throw here in a second. Right now.
And if you're new, we do this because not everyone's feeds are on the same time, and these are like places where they can sync up our audio to the video. So
Pete, quickly here at the end of the half, I don't want to talk about this too long. We're going to get into some other questions, but talk about your reservations with the Boogie AD combo.
I have let's call this last play right here. I'll get to that. So I got Frazier coming up the right-hand side with a head of steam. Gets a little floater. That's too easy of a shot, but he misses. Lakers going to halftime up 4, 57-53. Entertaining half, if not all of that is sloppy, but I'll take it. So my reservations, I don't particularly love high usage bigs, and what that means is just bigs that take a lot of possessions, whether it's field goal attempts, free throw attempts, turnovers. And the reason I don't care for high usage bigs is twofold. They are actually really it's more one thing than anything else. Oh, we've got a puppy invasion right here. Got the Charlie and Peanut making an appearance right here. So, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Leave them up here. So, anyhow, before I was so rudely interrupted, they're not shot creators by and large. Now, they will get assists, but when they're either operating from down low in a low post situation, and that's not a particularly efficient play with very, very few exceptions, or they're operating out on the perimeter, and when you do that, like guys like Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins can shoot the ball and they can operate on the perimeter, but very rarely are they going to compromise the defense to a point where they have to draw a second defender out there. And that's really the heart and soul, in my opinion, of quality offensive basketball in 2017 is the ability to draw a second defender from a perimeter position and then kick the ball out to spaced out shooters or your, rolling bigs like a Clint Capella or DeAndre Jordan type of guys, Tristan Thompson even. And I think that's very difficult to do with even one really high usage big. And I think that when you look around the league at the guys, especially, the star players who miss the playoffs are almost always going to be high usage big type of guys. It's very rare for a guard or a wing player to be considered really one of the top 5-10 guys in the league and have them miss the playoffs. Like, I don't think OKC's supporting cast is as garbage as everybody makes them out to be, but I do think that Westbrook undeniably carried them to the playoffs this year. And and then you look at Houston, right, is you see James Harden, arguably his second and third best players on that team are Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson. And you can have some argument there, but those were the dudes that were playing next to Anthony Davis. And they had a hard time getting to the playoffs.
When they were healthy.
Right. When they were healthy, of course. But they had a hard time doing much with those guys. And then they go to Houston and they're, 3 seed? So... Anyhow,
I mean,
are they the 2 seed?
They're the 3 seed.
They're the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're locked into the 3. I agree with most of everything you said there. I do think that as far as Anthony Davis goes, I do think they're a pretty poor supporting cast, to be honest, at least to complement his skill sets. He's the kind of guy that you can run a play for him, but you don't have to. And that's what's so great about him on offense. And he's added the 3-point game to his game the last few years. But they just don't have any kind of like Drew Holiday played well for them, right?
Sure.
But they have no distributors. Tyreek was there for a bit, but that dude is so up and down, so unpredictable. I feel like they don't have creators that can get him open consistently.
But I think that kind of speaks to, though, the general problem of it is that
Of high
Anthony
usage
Davis
bigs in general?
Well, just building around bigs on the offensive end, at least, is the last sentence that you said, which was he didn't have anybody to create for him. And if you're a wing or a guard, you don't need anybody to create for you. You're the guy who's doing the creation. And I also feel like in terms of rosters, you can look at it again, with OKC. I mean, how good? Who's the second best player on the Thunder?
It's probably Oladipo.
I mean, how good is an Oladipo-led team? Or like how good of a second player
for that team?
is,
Oladipo's strengths are his defense.
Sure, but is he creating? Does he have to do any creation to get a Westbrook open, or would he have to for a Harden or a Steph or LeBron, any of the Durant, any of these wing players?
I mean, if you want to take it from that direction, like look at what he did in Orlando. He was asked to do stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and they sucked.
Not because of him.
No. Orlando's probably
They are the worst franchise.
The Kings still exist,
I
don't know if I can.
No, man. They traded. Like the Kings have been sniffing the playoffs. Like Orlando traded Dwight Howard 5 years ago, man.
Yeah, no.
They have nothing to show for it.
Well, yeah, that's the crazy thing is they don't even have a that guy could make an All-Star game.
Like Aaron Gordon's exciting, fun dunker. He could probably be a decent role player on a team. But no, like there's no problem. Hazonia, like get out of here. That's a pipe dream, But like we get off on a tangent here. I'm gonna try to take a few questions. So
talk to us, guys. This is our last chance to do this.
Yeah,
at least for a while.
What do we got? Pete, would you want to trade Julius away and sign Blake or a defender at power forward like Paul Millsap?
Well, what am I trading Julius for? That'd be my question.
Let's say you trade Julius in a dang contract to free up cap space to sign a new guy, right? As a sweetener. Julius is the sweetener for trading a bad contract.
So we don't get anything back of value.
Let's say we get like an expiring like Monte Ellis contract or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a player who can contribute, but they'll come off the books sooner than those other guys.
I don't know, man. On Blake's. So first, let me be clear that he's way better than anybody we have right now. I feel like Blake is one of those players that's a year, 2 years tops from looking down, like when you're at the top of a roller coaster and you're about to go down that big first drop, they bring you up slowly and you're kind of peeking over. He's peeking over that drop on the I think he's the guy that's gonna decline really rapidly. And again, when that's with the caveat that he's way better than anybody else that we have now. But like, what's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to win championships, and no matter what this Laker team does, they're not winning a title in the next 2, probably not 3 years. I would say that that year number 3 from here, which would be what, the 19 season,
right?
And maybe not even then. Probably the 1920 season is the first year that I think it's realistic for the Lakers to be a championship contender. Who is Blake Griffin or Paul Millsap at that point in time? And I totally get the question. It's not a bad question. It's not a dumb question.
It's almost like a stopgap instead of a proper solution,
Like, I guess I would be willing to sign guys. That's the thing. With this team, I want us to add, not delete. And I don't like the idea of trading Julius away for nothing.
Agreed.
Now, if even if that means freeing up cap space with another contract. His skill set is so rare. His combination of size, power, and speed, and skills is so rare for a guy his size. And this is coming from somebody who has been very critical of him. But like I always say, and I said earlier, is he's just a matter of like there's very little he can't do. There are a lot of things he doesn't do. But he's what, 22?
Yeah.
Like
23.
I think he's still 22. I think he turns 23. I think next season. Yeah. Give that a look. He's 22. Like if Julius Randle by the time he's 25 years old goes, oh hey, he's 23.
22.
Okay. If by the time he's 25 years old, if Randle goes, oh hey, this is how you win basketball games, like that guy's a monster. And that would happen to coincide with the time window of when it's going to be realistic for this team to win a title. So.
All right, let's get to these a little bit quicker now.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Nothing.
Are you about to call me Darius?
No, how dare you?
Right.
Right. Right. So, Pete, quickly, who's the MVP?
Westbrook.
I got Harden, but that's not going to argue about it.
I actually got Leonard second.
Okay. Who's winning the chip?
Golden State.
Agreed. Who are we going to take with the 28 pick?
Hell if I know, man.
Who do you want?
I don't know. I told you guys. I don't know the.
I mean, blink. Your instant automatic reaction. Malcolm Gladwell's theory.
TJ Leaf.
TJ Leaf. All right. He's not going to last that long, but that's okay. Would you like Meta World Peace back next year?
No.
How far can the Clippers go this year? To hell?
Yeah. Second round.
No way. Jazz are gonna beat them.
You think so?
Yeah. Who should the Lakers try to sign free agency?
Ian Clark. Give Drew Holiday a look if they don't have if they don't get Fultz or Lonzo. Take a look at James Johnson if they don't but bow out of that if he gets too expensive. And really that's true of all of these guys, right? Like I'm talking about these second tier type of guys. I mean, yeah, you give CP3's agent a call, you give Gordon Hayward a call. Like all these guys are, like
Putting
the top
feelers.
guys. But you put out feelers for all of them, but I don't think any of them are realistic. I think they need to team build.
What do you think about Josh Jackson's length? Or lack thereof?
I don't think it's that problematic in his case. I think it's made up for by I think he's very smart. I think he's a very high IQ defender with exceptional athleticism, and that's a really vicious combo. Like that's one thing that I don't think he is in the scouting reports, and I think that scouts and scouting services and all that tend to do this less when guys are great athletes. Like Josh Jackson is really smart. He knows how basketball is played. So.
Agreed. What are your thoughts of De'Aaron Fox?
Skeptical. I think it's difficult to be a really good point guard in the league these days if you can't shoot from the outside. And he's got to be able to... Now, he can make the floaters and 15-footer. I mean, have three-point range. I do think he has really good defensive potential, but I don't... like everybody was really excited about his game against UCLA, for example. That was really terrible pick-and-roll coverage, both from the coaching standpoint, and their bigs, like the UCLA bigs, Thomas Welsh being the most egregious offender on that, were just terrible at that. So,
all right, man. Would you cut Brewer to open up a roster spot, even though he's making $8 million next year?
Probably not, but it'd depend on for who.
Okay. Do you ever watch any footage of Dennis Smith Jr.? Have you watched him yet?
I have. I think I actually like him. I'd put him ahead of Fox personally, and I think most people have Fox ahead of him. I'm a little bit concerned about his ball dominance. He's not the kind of guy that you put in a style that like high player, high ball movement type of style. But if you run a type of offense where you give your point guard the ball and you have him make things happen, I think he's got some potential. I also think he's got bust potential as well. What are you cracking
I
up
can't answer this question on live. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh dear.
If the Lakers get the first pick, should they take Lonzo?
Oh man, I argue with myself on this every day. I think you go the safe route and pick Fultz, and I could totally buy the Lonzo argument. The difference is I think Fultz's floor is way, way, way higher than Lonzo's is. I think that like if things don't work out all that great with Fultz, I think you've got a good NBA starter. If Lonzo doesn't work out, I think you have a kind of I think you have a rotation
A reality
player.
star?
Oy, yeah.
Anyway, thoughts on Luke this season? Try to keep it brief if you can.
Good at player development, below average at implementing his system, and poor on the defensive end. But every category's I've seen improvements in the last month.
What else we got? Sorry, I'm looking. If you had to keep one, would you rather keep Thomas Robinson or Tarek Black? How would you grade Luke?
He's moved up to the C- territory for me. I give him a D+.
Yeah, you did
earlier, but that's also with the explanation that for me, like a C coach is the average coach in the NBA, right? Like the 15th best coach.
Like, so it won't cost you 5 games,
right? Exactly.
By his coaching.
So like and this is not with looking at a list of coaches in the NBA, but if Luke is like the 18th or 19th best coach in the NBA as a rookie, I'll take that.
Yep. Do the Cavs make the finals?
Ooh, I'm gonna say yes, and that could look really, really stupid. I know. I just don't think anybody in the East is good enough to beat them 4 out of 7 games.
I agree,
but I think that's a really good question. I certainly wouldn't put money on it.
A few weeks ago, I really liked the Wizards, but they've kind of trailed off. But I really like Toronto now. I really think they have just kind of the makeup. The PJ Tucker, the Serge Ibaka, the role guys, even guys like Patterson, and like I feel like they're deeper in a way that the Cavs really have trouble with.
What would your percentage be in a Cavs Raptors series?
We talked about this like a few months ago before we started the LFR Live, as far as like.
This is an over beer conversation.
Yeah. It's an interesting conversation to bring up. Basically, the context is if you're, the 8th best team in the league, do you go all in to try to beat Cleveland and Golden State, or do you kind of do whatever you can to set yourself up 5 years from now when the road looks a little bit better?
Yeah, you're way in on the tanking.
It wasn't even tanking as much as I'm not going to sacrifice future assets for mediocre assets right now.
We got to the second round because we made this trade.
I like PJ Tucker. I think he makes that team better, and they didn't really have to give up that much for him. But if they had to give up a 2019 first round pick, I'm out. You don't know what that draft class really is going to look like until these kids are 16 right now.
Right.
Anyway, if I had to give it a chance, I would give. This is higher than I thought, but I would give the Raptors like a 30% chance.
Really?
Like 3 out of 10 times, 30 out of 100.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, injuries, whatever, crazy stuff happens. We're about to get back in the second half. That was a fun halftime. We're going to try to do the speed rounds more often.
That was fun, yeah. All right, got Ingram running point up the left side. This is going to be a set play that they run. Going to run a slice fist right here. So slice pick and roll from Randall into Ingram. They get the switch. Got Randall defended by Solomon Hill. Kicks the ball out to JC, and he drills it. Would have liked to see Ingram set the down screen right there to get JC more open, but all's well that ends well. Lakers take a 7-point lead. JC's up to 12 points on the night. Trying to get a back screen for Frazier, and they get it. Julius didn't read that. Those are the types of plays he needs to start being able to read, but they weren't able to convert. Skips the ball dangerously over to, but nice extra pass over to JC. He's on fire right now, baby. Lakers take a 10-point lead. For those of you worried about the tank, the Suns are down by 19 at halftime. They're sitting Booker, and they're sitting a couple of other guys. So root for the win, guys. It's the tank is dead. Long live the tank.
Feels good.
Let's just pray to the basketball gods. Hope they reward a team that won either 7 straight or 6 out of their, either 6 straight or 5 out of their last 6 going into the end of the season if the Lakers win this game. So, and let's all hope for everyone's sake this is the last time we have to do this in our lifetimes is root for losses. It's been a tough 3-4 years. Randall goes to the bench, gets after picking up his 4th foul. Got T-Rob into the game for him. Second free throw now. Holiday knocks it down.
And JC's going to get the ball. He's going to push half court now. Tim Frazier picks him up. See what they got. He's going to get a zipper from Ingram. He's going to get the ball at the top of the key. Way out there.
Loop.
And then, JC's going to come around a loop of screens. He's going to get it, try and get him the hot hand. Chucks it up like he's wont to do.
Let's go, Meta.
Meta volleyballs it back out to Ingram. Ingram doing the shakes on Holiday, and he's going to shoot a fadeaway, but he's going to miss. Good hustle from T-Rob, but it's not going to go.
Ingram made the wrong decision on that shot. Had he dropped going over his left shoulder, he would have been open, but he went back to the right, and it was contested. So good ball rotation. Lakers scrambling. Hill puts up an awkward three, but nails it. Cuts the lead to 5. 10:25 left in the third. See what the Lakers got drawn up here. JC calling up the play, running point. Looks like it's going to be, one of their motion strong sets. Get a ball screen from Meta. He puts it up because why not? Oh, in and out, gets tapped on that. Solomon Hill gets the rebound. Pushes past half court. The right-hand side should get a drag screen from Ajinça. Meta weaks it and sends it in the middle, and he fumbles it out of bounds, but it gets knocked away. Pelicans ball with 15 left on the shot clock. Even 10 minutes left in the third. Let's see what their baseline out of bounds play. Most teams get about 3 of these per game. So they're going to set this drag screen for Solomon Hill coming off. He's going to take that jumper. He's going to miss that to the left. Ingram collects the rebound coming up the left side. Should get a drag screen from T-Rob. It's going to be a double drag right here. I like it. One should pop, one should roll. Pop out Nance. See, Ingram's got to attack those better. He's got to be a scoring threat off of those double drags. Get a post-up Meadow on Frazier. Three-pointer from Ingram misses that long. When he steps into those, I made a video about this. Nice outlet pass. Hold on. I'll talk about it in a second. Frazier's got the ball matched up with Nance. When Ingram makes that 1-2 step, he's going to miss long almost every time because his shooting stroke gets very flat. Going to get a slice screen from Ajinça. Kicks the ball out over to Hill. Going to try and make it 2 in a row, but he back rims. Meta gets the board, looks for the outlet, but nothing doing. Pushes up the right-hand side himself. Should get a step up. No, he post entry over to T-Rob. Puts the ball on the floor. Lakers spacing is a little bit off, but he kicks it over to Meta. Meta's going to let it fly, and beautiful. Beautiful. 8-point lead. Got 9 minutes left in the third right now. Horn set here from the Pelicans. Going to get a step-up ball screen. Gets reversed over to Cunningham, and T-Rob gets the strip to save the dunk right there.
Meta with the flashes of deja vu over
barely
here.
moved the net. Same play as they ran the last baseline out of bounds. Ran it for Holiday this time instead. Ends up with a mid-range jumper from Ajinça, who he nails that, and that's one of the strengths of his game. 8:40 left in the third. Ingram coming up the left side. Going to get a zipper cut right here into a ball screen with JC and Nance. Frazier fights over that well. This is that play where Ingram curls around and he reads the defense properly, but back rims. Gets his own board. Outlets over to Meta. Meta attacks the closeout. Keeps attacking the closeout. Shoots a little fadeaway and makes it. Let's go, Meta. Let's go. 8-point lead. Bench is loving it. And then he gets the strip on Drew Holiday. What are you doing, Meta? What are you doing?
It. Yeah, baby.
Get him. Back over to Meta. Pop that corner 3. No stanky leg. Fade away. Oh, he back rims it.
No stripper leg.
You think he said Kobe on that? I think he said Kobe on that. Like the way he shot that. Kobe. Step up screen and
no shot.
Foul. No foul before the shot.
Got some dude in here yelling at us just to answer his questions and stop doing play-by-play. It's kind of funny. And Meta's just bouncing off dudes like pinball machine, just getting his, his clutch a little. Meta loves to fade left, too. He loves shooting.
Mm-hmm. And then we get T-Rob jumping the... Yeah!
And one.
Let's go.
Stupid foul. But yeah, that was kind of Meta's classic move, was kind of the fade left, going left.
Uh-huh.
He'd do a little fake dribble right and then kind of fade left, take a dribble to his left and fade. I remember him doing that in Houston a lot.
All right, so now that it's the break, let's answer homie's question.
No,
you don't want to
award bad behavior.
See, so maybe he's new, and
who would you compare D'Lo to?
Okay, you were right. I'm sorry.
No, we answered a bunch of his questions. I'm trying to space it out. No offense. We appreciate you listening. What else we got? They're kind of chatting now. Let me get back up to the questions.
D'Lo reminds me of Manu Ginobili, but a higher scoring version of that.
Okay. What else we got? Who do you think's the best prospect in the 18 draft?
Of the little bit
Porter?
I've seen, I have premature and overly developed man crushy feelings on Michael Porter, for sure. DeAndre Ayton is he's got some Karl Anthony Towns in his game. He is there are 3 guys, man, in that draft especially, and then the Luka Doncic, who's I'm sure I'm butchering his name, is really one of the more mature prospects that I've ever seen at his age. I think he's 17, maybe he's 18 now, but over in Europe, but a really good combo guard type. He's similar to Russell in that he's not a mind-blowing athlete, but he's really skilled, and so all 3 of those guys, if the Lakers had a crack at any of those dudes, man, I would take that maybe over, from the little I've seen, maybe over the guys in this draft. I have to watch more of them before I really I know this draft pretty well at the top, but not so much on that end. And when they're in high school, it's a little bit harder to scout that. So
I had an interesting question for the pod that I wanted to bring up. If D'Angelo Russell comes out this year, where does he go?
Probably 2.
Yeah,
I think he goes behind
Fultz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
interesting. I think that this is a strange thought exercise that is inexact because we know what D'Angelo is more on an NBA level than any of these guys, right? So he's more of a known quantity, but I think it's an interesting question to ask, and it's kind of like everyone's like, tank for Lonzo, tank for Fultz, and you got to put it into perspective that D'Angelo is an amazing prospect.
It's always like what's behind door number 2 it seems a lot sexier.
The devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Exactly. And then you end up with another 19-year-old that pisses you off every other game, and then he becomes a 21, 22-year-old that pisses you off less, and then a 25-year-old who's an all-star, and so Lakers have taken a 11-point lead here. Got a Meta with some good on-ball defense, knocked the ball out of bounds. 7:40 left. Gonna get a ball inbounded to Ajinça, reversed over to Frazier right now. Gonna set that screen away action for Drew Holiday into a ball screen with Ajinça. Good roll. JC didn't tag that great, but they kicked it out to Cunningham. Nice shot. That was a good closeout by Nance, but he's got a nice high release point. So JC coming up the right side. It's gonna be a delay. He's gonna set a down screen here for Nance. Some pick and pop. I'd love to see him a foot behind the line, or a foot back and behind the line. But Lakers get the offensive rebound. T-Rob
Post Meta. He's calling for it. Post him. Give it to him, baby. Yeah. Meta's going to post on Holiday. He's going to do a fadeaway, and he's going to take it.
Yes!
That was smooth, Meta.
That looked like a
dude's got
NBA
skills
player.
still. I mean, he can't jump over a notebook, but
bench loves it.
All right, we're going to get Holiday at the top with the screen from Ajinça. They're going to switch T-Rob onto Holiday.
Good hedge and recover.
Meta recovers, and it's going to trickle out to Frazier. Another screen, but he rejects it and going to get an 18-foot jump shot. It's going to go long.
Flat.
JC on the rebound.
Nice inside-out dribble by Frazier there, but it was flat. You got a step-up screen here from Robinson. JC turns the corner back over to T-Rob, and for the dunk. Beautiful read by JC right there. Beautiful read of the defenders. He's had several really, really nice reads. Man, why is this season ending like so many of the younger guys? Many of the young guys are like getting things that I wanted to see them get for a really long time. It's like it's such a tease for next season. You get Ajinça in the lane shooting a fadeaway, front rims that, and Robinson gets the rebound over to JC. Should get a drag screen from Robinson right here, and he does, but he doesn't make contact. JC with the skip pass. That was a dangerous pass, trying to hit Ingram on the cut. Right idea, but maybe not the right idea. Ingram wasn't open, but I like the attack. Those are the just consistent attacks on the rim, and you can make an attack on the rim from beyond the three-point arc too. But it's all 5 guys need to be a threat, and if you can do that over the course of a 24-second shot clock, as Meta comes out of the game. If you can do that over the course of 24-second shot clock, the defense only has to mess up once. You know what I mean? So ball inbounded to T-Rob, get a cross screen for Ingram, and they got to hold him up, or else that would have been a layup. Meta sucking wind over there, man. He's tired. Lakers got a 12-point lead with a 5:52 left. Going to get a sideline inbound on a Gets the ball over to Nance. This is the counter to the zipper cut right here. Nance attacks and then pulls it back. Get a hard hedge right here. Got to hit the short roll. So that's probably JC's biggest weakness as an on-ball player is when he gets trapped or hard hedge. All you got to do is get the ball to the big in the open window, and then you've got a 4-on-3 situation. Charlie's keeping us on our toes over here. Same inbound play right here. Going to try and get this cross screen for Ingram. Ball gets reversed to T-Rob instead into a handoff for JC. Nice pocket pass. One more. T-Rob doesn't get it through, but gets the ball back. 4 seconds left. Put it up, T-Rob. Put it up. Gets fouled shooting a 3. What a dumb foul. I love it. Quinn Cook, who, yeah, man, that's not a way to ingratiate yourself to the coach. Following Thomas Robinson on it. That's the look of a man who's coaching his, second to last game? He's getting fired, right?
No, I don't think so.
You think Gentry stays?
Yeah. I don't think he should, but I don't think he gets fired.
Wow.
I think that he's pretty entrenched there. If he was going to get fired, he would have gotten fired 3 months ago.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go against you on that. I think he gets the axe this offseason.
You realize that no coaches have been fired this season for the first time in like 40 years.
That's true. Like
in the middle of
the season. Wow.
No coaches have been fired this year.
That's crazy. That's a great stat.
And I think that's good in a lot of ways, in a sense that a lot of these teams we've come to that point where tanking is being accepted, and front offices are now like, yeah, we know we're trying to lose. We're not going to fault you for it, Earl Watson, even though you're a garbage coach.
Yeah. I think they got to do something about. I think they have to de-incentivize tanking. I don't blame teams for doing that. But
no, I don't either. But it's not, as fans, we shouldn't be in an opportunity to root against our teams.
Yeah,
we should
that's
not
what
be
they
put
need
in
to
that
change.
opportunity.
Yeah. Now, how they do that, that might be a conversation for another day. But get a nice skip pass over to Cunningham. He back rooms. Ingram can't come up with the rebound. Holiday outmuscles. Nice play by JC. Knocked the ball away. Good defense. Ball's over to Ingram. Got the ball up the right side. Good patience, kid. Kicks the ball back over to JC, who calls for the step-up screen from Nance. They get that skip pass over to Ingram. Ingram takes the mid-range front rims that. I'd love to see JC hit Nance on that short roll. That's all you got to do right there, man. Get the ball pushed up court by Holiday, who's being patient with it, over to Hill. Get the screen away. Pelicans run a lot of that, where they pass the ball from one wing to the other and then screen for the guy who made the first pass. Holiday gets all the way to the rim and gets the layup. JC calling out the play right here. Looks like it's going to be pistol. It is a pistol variation, but nothing doing off of the screen by Ingram. Goes into some corner series. Spacing's all gunked up. 3 guys next to each other. Going to get a post up. Got Ingram posting uphill. Good help defense. Ingram has a hard time reading.
No one came to help him. No one came to get that ball away from him when he's trapped.
What he's got to do right there is he's got to dribble drag. So when you draw that second defender, you want to drag them as far away to create the space for those cutters. He had a couple guys cut on that, but the spacing wasn't there to be able to deliver it. So I'd like to see him utilize that tool. So I also don't like JC as the inbounder right here because he's a guy who can get the shot up in .8. So we'll see what inbound to Ingram. Puts it up and
that's a
get the shot clock violation.
Bad decision by JC to even inbound to hit to a guy who's back to the basket with .8 seconds left on the clock.
You got to get JC coming around a screen right there, and if they double that, then have like Nance slip that screen. So, not a huge deal. Lakers up by 11, but those are just little, whenever you got a chance to score, you want to take advantage of it.
All right.
You got some game clock issues. Now there we go. 4:22 left in the third.
Everybody in here disagreeing with my Gentry take. All right, I'll remember this. I'll remember
You'll get your revenge. Pistol from the Pelicans. Good tag. Well, it was a good tag of the roll man until JC let Montejunas go by. So that did end up being JC's fault. But Ingram comes up the left-hand side. Let's see what they're trying to run. Get the ball up top into a horn set. Yep. There should be some flex horns where JC sets the corner screen. Nance goes earlier than he should have and ends up eating the ball. Good block right there. Not a good decision. Nance needs to wait about 2 more seconds for that play to develop. Ball up top to Montejunas, who attacks really short closeout, but he ends up drawing the foul.
All right. So what's the most important thing the Lakers should incorporate into their offense going into next year? Shooters?
Just the ability to set and use screens. It's not so much that they don't run good plays. I really do like their playbook. I don't think they focus on the details as much as they should, and with the specific in mind that I don't think they pay enough attention to detail to their screening and using screens, which as I've said multiple times throughout the season, is the foundational ingredient. As we get the second free throw right here from Maniutis. You can run these plays, but it's so screen heavy that if you're not setting good screens, you're not getting separation. And if you're not getting separation, guys aren't getting open. And if guys aren't getting open, you're not going to get the ball passed to those guys. And that's when ball movement dies. As T-Rob makes a crazy move, gets a basket.
Ooh, I just thought of a really good question that I'm going to ask you this break. Let's go. Okay. Holiday's going to put up a 3.
He shook the wobble right there.
Yep. Rebound by Robinson, who's going to bring up the ball. It's going to hand off to Nwaba. You're going to start a dribble weave, it looks like. Mini dribble weave. And going to post up Thomas Robinson on Cunningham.
A lot of post-ups.
Yep. He's going to do the Dirk fade away off one leg. Because why not? And Hill gets the rebound. He's going to push the ball up the court. Going to got Ingram on him.
Hands the ball back over Hill. Lord, that's bad hedge by Larry right there.
Larry, he knows.
That's probably Larry's biggest weakness is pick and roll defense. He does not hedge when he's supposed to on a far too regular basis. You see he's there, but he's way too late. You see he kind of puts his head to the sky like, no. He was complaining. I was wrong. What's Charlie eating back there?
It looks like some knick-knack from Cuba.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. I don't even think it's legal to have what we have. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Good save there, dude.
Okay, so.
Oh, shit.
Did you see what the Mavericks did with Tony Romo, yes?
I thought Steve Mason had a great line. Did you hear Mason's line?
No.
I don't listen to them that much, but I caught this. He said, when did Tony Romo become a Make-A-Wish kid?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, if you break your back so many times.
Wow. Wow, that's good on your feet thinking right there.
So I wanted to ask, if the Lakers could do one LA sports celebrity, not a non-basketball, who should they do that for? That's a hard question because we don't have football really. We do now, but for 20 years we didn't.
So what's it was
So Tony Romo was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback for years.
Right.
And he's getting the other sport in that city, like Hall of Fame, farewell tour.
Yeah, so kind of like the thank you for everything.
So you got Dodgers, you got Kings. I'll throw in Angels. I'll allow them.
I don't know if any of the Dodgers are tenured long enough to really. I mean, you got to figure that'll be Kershaw someday, right? But
right.
Not yet. Yeah, I don't think any of the Dodgers have been around long enough to kind of get that.
I think Kershaw's
Roma.
there.
You think so?
I think the way LA fans are and the way that dude's bald.
Yeah, no, he's amazing, but I don't know. I don't think he's old enough.
Maybe Doughty. I could see Drew Doughty, that dude, or Kings defenseman.
Okay,
he's been a boss for a few years.
So I really like hockey. As our feed fades to black, that's not good. I think Charlie just changed the channel.
Yeah.
Can you get the remote? We're a hot mess over here right now. I really like hockey, but it coincides with the Lakers season. So, yeah, I've never watched enough of it to know all the players. All right, we are back. No thanks to Charlie. Got Ennis in the game with 2:54 left. Lakers with a 7-point lead. See what they got out of the timeout. Luke didn't like the defensive coverages that they were running. We get a whistle. We got a wet spot on the floor. And everybody's ready for the offseason. And that's gotta really piss off the Lakers coaches because they have a play drawn up. Although they can get back into it out of the sideline, out of bounds, it's a little more difficult off of that. So, gonna get a zipper cut from Ennis right here. Yeah, this is a different play than they had drawn.
This is the answer. This is the right answer. It's Snoop.
Yes, that's the right answer. Yes.
Good job.
Nice job.
Shout out to you.
I love you guys, man. You guys are the freaking best. All right, going to get a step-up screen. Nice pocket pass from Black. And he tries to do high-low. He does. Nwaba, but he back rims a little flat on that little jump hook from about 3 feet. Lakers up 7. Got Cook crossing half court. Going to go into a horn set. Then a 4-5 pick and roll, and
Ooh.
nice deflection.
Good
Good
job,
Good
Nwaba.
job by Nwaba to drop to rotate over. Ball back out to Cook, and Lakers foul him. No shot. Gonna be sideline out of bounds. What's going on? Come on, Charlie. Charlie can ruin this whole operation.
He's trapped between us and can't turn around because he's a horse.
Yeah, he's about 100 pounds. All right, inbound to Montejunas. Reversed over to Hill. Going to get some screen away for Quinn Cook. And then back over to Holiday. Got the post-up option, but he snakes that dribble, kicks it out to Montejunas. Misses badly. Ingram gets the rebound long. He's going to push it himself. Get a step-up screen from T. Black. Pulls up on that jumper. Going to be long. Might have missed that left, actually. Ball's over to Holiday. 150 left. Going to get a step-up screen from Montejunas here. Moves the ball over to Cook, who hasn't done much in this game. Defended by Ennis. Reversed over to Montejunas. Flows back into a handoff with Cook. Good pick-and-roll defense by the Lakers right there. Nwaba sandwiches down. Lakers get the defensive rebound. Got him attacking all the way.
No.
Oh, come on, T. Black.
Too hot of a pass.
Too hot of a pass and not great spacing.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. A fair point. Yeah, with a lineup like this too, Nwaba. Yeah, I don't know if he made the right decision. Ideally, you don't have Corey Brewer spotting up for that corner three. So. But Lakers going to run a baseline inbounds play right here. Trying to see what their setup is. See if I can get a read on what they're about to run. Maybe a cross screen from Black to Ingram. And there it is. You can kind of see it. But they don't run it particularly well. It's got the ball back over to Ennis into a post action. Got Ingram curling around. They check him on that. Got separation from T. Black.
Man.
Black's got to make that. He had good separation on that play, and he wasn't able to come up with it. So little scoring drought from both teams right now. Got Cook with the ball up top, reversed over to Montejunas, back over to Holiday. Holiday over to Cook. He's going to spot up for a three, and in and out. Good rebound by Black. Hands the ball off over to Ingram. Let's get some early offense. See, Ennis is slowing it down, and they don't have enough shooters right now to run that effectively. It's going to be a zipper series right here, but going to get a cross screen for Ingram right here.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
What a shot. Ingram hits the fadeaway off of the post catch. Good inside-out dribble by Holiday. Shakes Nwaba a bit, but doesn't get it up. Attacks the closeout by Montejunas going right. Nwaba gets his hand in. Lakers got numbers. Nwaba should kick it. Oh, no, he makes the right decision.
Yeah.
Rides it up and in. Lakers get a 2-for-1 and push it up to an 11-point lead. Good defensive play by Nwaba. Good to see him rewarded. And I see Lakers sign guy has Nwaba signed, so get a double high ball screen right here for Holiday. He keeps it and hits Diallo on the roll. Nice little touch. He's had a nice game on the offensive end. Lakers lead 82-73 with 17 seconds left. Going to hold for the last shot. Probably they're communicating what they want to do. Ingram should space out, and he is. And then Ennis should do the same the other way. Going to get the ball. Ingram off the closing. Yeah!
Ooh, and one.
Yeah! That was filthy.
Good God, man.
I saw that one coming. He hit him. He came around that ball screen, and the big hedge too high, and he crossed him over. And as soon as he beat the hedge right there, the help defense wasn't in position. Watch. Comes around, Montejunas too high, hit him with that crossover, and it's crazy. That's 2 steps from about 20 feet away. Oh, look at him. Look at that face. 1, 2. Ha!
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus. Make the free throw, Turkey. There we go. That's going to be on SportsCenter tonight.
God.
No fouls. They don't get the shot off. Lakers go up by 12 going into the third. Let's see that about 10 more times, please.
All right. I love the chat's just filled with OMGs and such. Oh,
Jeez.
man.
Man, he took off. Give this kid. He took off from the dotted line on an in-game dunk, which isn't, guys dunk from the free throw line in dunk contests and stuff, but a dotted line in-game dunk, that's a serious dunk. And give this kid an off season of strength and conditioning, and just generally improving his athleticism. It's crazy to me because he could not gather himself off of 1 foot earlier in the year. I made a video, or not solely about this, but had a couple minutes of a video on how he was gathering himself in it. He was a 2-footed jumper. And now it's 1, 2, like he started his gather on that from just inside the 3-point line. It was like from 22 feet away, 1, 2, dunk on a nearly 7-footer.
And that's the stuff, like, I talked to you about how much I love Giannis, and that's some stuff that he does, man, and he's grown this season. Like, there's a play I against the Cavs, I think, a couple weeks ago, where this dude picked up his dribble 24 feet away and 2-step dunked on somebody. He was behind the 3-point line, and those long strides, and I'm not comparing Ingram to Giannis, but they do have the length.
Sure.
Physically, Giannis is bigger, but he was a twig when he came in too.
And when we talk about length, just this supports your point. When we talk about length, I feel like we always talk about their arms, but the legs are the same thing, right? And that's where it's really even more effective on the offensive end, is that you can create separation in 2 steps right there, right?
Yeah.
And get all the way to the rack
and
dunk on somebody.
And the length up top too, because he's got as much length up top as he does down low, and with his arms.
I love the Ingram, Russell, and maybe even Randall. But let's just talk about those two first. That combination going forward, because I think that Russell's going to be the more dynamic scorer of the two. Like, Russell gets ridiculously hot when he gets hot, right? And Ingram hasn't shown the ability to put up, 25 plus in a game yet. Although, I mean, we've still got a quarter left.
Short flashes he has, but he's not put together like 4 shifts like that a game.
Yeah, not over the course of a game. And so I think Russell is going to be the more dynamic scorer, but I think Ingram, what Russell lacks is the you can't do anything about it type of plays, meaning that, like, Russell is not going to physically overwhelm anybody but small guards that might try to defend him on the post. Ingram has the capability to make shots where, like, there's really nothing that like that fadeaway that he hit right there that was ridiculous. Speaking of fadeaways, Meta nails one. Ingram's got the ability to do that, and I think it's a good compliment to Russell in that I don't think he's quite as capable of doing that. So, and then you toss Randall on top of that, who has all sorts of physical mismatch discrepancies, and I don't know, man, if they can put it together on the defensive end, that's a really good trio going forward. And it's just hard to be patient because they're so young, but man,
and it's a big if.
It's an if, but like when they're 25, 23, and 22 years old, oi. All right, let's get back to it. Brewer jumps the passing lane. Let's see what he does.
He just got one.
He gets the dunk on that on the breakaway. You never know with him. Lakers push up, biggest lead of the game, up to 16. Bench has been up on their feet almost the whole game. I love it. 11 steals on the night. It's the ball popped out to get the ball reversed over to Cook. Back over to Payne. Takes a contested fadeaway. That's a bad shot. Brewer's got to box out better than that. But Montejunas misses the putback. Black gets the rebound. Ball over to Ennis, and it's looking good, baby. Looking good for that 5-game winning streak. This should be a delay right here, but new guys don't know what they're doing. Meta's just kind of running around and sets an offensive an illegal screen.
Maybe that should be the meta, Kobe. Like, how many offensive fouls and
just like entertaining bad play. Come on, Luke, don't argue that.
I'll let him.
All right, some delay action for Brewer almost got his third steal. He picked him right there, but I guess he got the foul. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Corey. I thought that was clean. All right. Some zipper screen away action. Black doing a beautiful hard hedge right there. Good closeout by Meta, but drill that jumper. Who was that right there? Diallo again. Lakers up by 14. Got Corey Brewer at the point because why not? Gonna run some zipper series for Ennis into a ball screen with Black. See, he's got to attack that harder off of there. Corey Brewer attacks it the way that Ingram does.
Nice dump.
Somehow some high-low action, but Black was surrounded right there. So Ennis has got to – I'd like to see Ennis come off of those ball screens and hit guys with that inside-out dribble. Like, he's got to be a threat as he turns the corner.
Yep.
That's something D'Angelo's gotten a lot better at as the season's gone by. So it should have a cross screen right here. Black setting it for Corey Brewer, I would guess. Ha. Set it, T. There he goes. It pops out, and that is supposed to flow into a handoff, but doesn't.
Flows into a Tarek Black jump shot. Diallo gets the rebound. They're going to push the ball up the court. Crawford get a drag screen, but nice dump. Nice pass to Diallo in the lane on the back cut.
That was a good back screen to get him open right there. Got Meta with the ball coming up the right-hand side. Lakers up by 12, 9:08 left. Meta's sizing up, pulls up for the three, and drills it. I love this. This is great. Get him, Corey. Brewer knocks it out of bounds. Meta talking mess to the young guy. Yeah, the bench is loving it. So Meta, they kept him around for his veteran presence and all that. And he's a guy, if you go to games and you watch the bench, Meta's always talking to the young guys. So getting bodied up by Diallo. He was just talking mess to Diallo, and he strips him. Get it back to him, Nwaba. Come on, Nwaba. We almost had a Meta dunk right there.
No.
I will lose my mind
he can't
if we can get a... Meta can absolutely dunk.
Meta has dunked.
No. Ron Artest has dunked.
Yeah, no. I think Meta's dunked.
I need video evidence of this. If any of you guys in the chat can pull up evidence of Meta World Peace, not Ron Artest, Meta World Peace dunking in a game.
We're 92-77. We're going to go to a commercial break here. Let's see if we can answer a few questions. Let's see what we got. Who stays next year out of Ennis, T-Rob, Nwaba, Black, Brewer, and their roles in the future?
So Brewer's under contract. I don't think Ennis stays because the maximum that the Lakers can pay him next year is $2.6 million because the Rockets didn't pick up his team option, and those rights got transferred over to the Lakers as a result of that. So, although I'm not sure Ennis gets more than...
They decided that early on not to pick up his option?
He's been on like 4 teams. Like, Ennis has been really bad.
Yeah.
And bad enough for a lot of teams, for 3 other teams, I think, to say, nah, we're
But,
good.
I mean, that's interesting. You don't have to make that decision until the end of the season, right? The team options?
I think... Actually, no, I think you're correct. I think... They did that for cap reasons. I'm not sure about the logistics of it, but the fact of the matter is that they can only pay him 2.6 next year. And if you can get Ennis to return at 2.6 or less, yeah, I'm fine with that. He's a young point guard that's got some ability. Bring him back as the third point guard. I don't necessarily want him starting out in the rotation.
It just feels so dirty, man. I can't do it after these last 10 games. He's played pretty well. It just feels dirty.
To bring him back?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, you have an attitude for him.
I'm out.
Okay,
Thank you
fine.
for your service.
That's fine. Nwaba's back. Brewer's back. T-Rob will be back if, Plan A, Plan B, Plan C don't work out and they just need to fill out the roster. I don't know if I missed anybody on that, but... All right, we're back live. Got Quinn Cook with the ball crossing half court right now. It set some screen away action into a low post touch with Diallo. Good hard hedge by Meta. Good closeout by Ennis, but I don't love this rotation. The Lakers always do this where they close from, in my opinion, the wrong place, and you end up with your big closing out on a corner 3. All right, we've got video evidence of... Was he Meta World Peace in 2011? Has it been that long?
Yeah, I think he was.
He attacks the closeout.
Oh, that was a nasty
That was a pretty sweet dunk. Wow. All right, so we got some pick and pop with Meta. Knock that down, baby. Knock that down, Meta. Oh, front rims it. Brewer mistimes his jump, but still comes up with it. Kicks it back out to Meta, who's going to shoot it again. Yeah, swishes it. Lakers up by 16. What's Meta got right now, man? Tom, can you find out for me when he changed his name as well? I think Meta's up to 12 on the night. He's up to 15 on the night. This is great. Two-Pain takes a 3 and makes. The bench can't sit down. Anyway, September 2011. Okay, so it was just as he became Meta. Fair enough. Well job, LFR community. Well job. Good job. Well done. Good job. Well job. Meta takes another three because why not? Got Crawford with the ball defended by Nwaba in semi-transition. Rejects the drag screen from Diallo. Shoots the pull-up against good defense by Nwaba on that play. Black gets the rebound over to Ennis, over to Brewer. Brewer passes the ball out. I like it. Rather than a crazy... Oh, Meta tries the pocket pass, and we get a kickball violation. And Meta knows they should have been in the air. That could have been a dunk opportunity.
Are you ready for like the we should have been playing Meta all year takes?
Those
like the think pieces that will come out after this game?
Those aren't going to exist, are they? You never know, man. People got to create so much content.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one thing that I like about doing the another three.
Meta! Oh!
Yes. Yes. Meta up to 18. 11 in the quarter.
And he's sucking in air,
Ben
man.
is
He is tired. Crawford's going to dump off to Montiunas. He gets fouled off the pass, and we're going to go to break.
The bench is just not sitting down. I love it. Meta is so old that his son is, I think he's a senior at Beverly Hills High School.
I thought that was going to start with a bad joke.
No. He's actually so old that he's got like kids about to go to college.
It's crazy. I heard he was trying to play 2 more years. He's trying to play until he's 20 years.
Wow. Meta comes out. Give him a breather. He's got to come back in, maybe. Got Bill at the game. Rocking his Lakers shirt. Everyone loving it. Oh, what a fitting ending. Oh, a little bit, getting a little dusty in here. All right. Think Mamba thoughts. No crying on the air.
Go into your dark muse cage.
No tears on the edge, on the air. No tears on the air. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, zipper cut from Ennis. Gonna get a post entry. Rejected the handoff. Black runs into people and still makes it. Why is this season ending? Lakers up 16. 6:10 left. Hornset out of the Pelicans. Reverse the ball over to a little high-low from Diallo into Montiunas. Hook pass over his head into the corner. 2 Payne air balls. Nwaba comes up with the ball. Bench is still standing, loving it. Ennis with the wide open 3. Front rims. That would have brought the house down. Has Ennis scored in this game? He got that layup in the first half. All right.
And then Cook is going to come down and hit a 3 on the other end. Lakers up 13 with 5:40 left.
This bears only a slight resemblance to an NBA game at this point, but we're winning, and that's all I care about. Handoff. Brewer. Black pick and roll for the lob.
My goodness.
What a read by Brewer right there.
Yeah, this is like Summer League straight up.
50 wins next year, right, Tom?
All right.
Crawford jacks it up. Black almost takes Brewer's head off on the rebound. Get the ball back over to Corey. Nance tries to set the drag screen. Pop on that, Larry. And he makes the 15-footer. I wanted him to pop behind the three-point line, but I'll take it. 17-point lead. Less than 5 to go. Lakers on that 5-game winning streak. Ball up top. Step-up screen. Good pocket pass over to Diallo, who makes the layup.
Meta is the game's leading scorer.
It's perfect. It's beautiful. Brewer with the ball. Same play with Nance. Ball over to Ennis. See those little hesitations.
Yep.
Allow the defense to get set. And there it again. There's 2 of them.
Yep.
And now you've got that isolation. Nice curl by Nwaba.
And now there are 5 seconds with nothing to do. They're going to have to.
Got Nance with the seal down low. Misses it.
Yeah.
Crawford coming up against Nwaba. Nwaba slides his feet, reaches in.
Good defense. Good recover.
Yeah, he got a little more separation than he should have. And
Yeah.
Luke calls a timeout to kind of get things under control, make sure it doesn't get too sloppy.
But Nwaba can close gaps pretty quickly. That dude is athletic.
He's a little he skips a little too much on out of his defensive stand. You'll see him get shook more than that's something he needs to work on over the summer is sliding as opposed to now he can close the gap like you properly pointed out there really well. That's a great trait to have, but there shouldn't be the gap in the first place if you're playing good defense.
Sure.
Right? Like, ideally, you want that to happen as minimally as possible.
Right. So yeah, man, we're getting close here to the end. I don't know.
Fun game, man. Fun end to the LFR lives.
Yeah, this is a good one. Listen to the We Dropped a podcast today. If you guys haven't caught it, I thought it was one of our better ones in a while. We've been having some good pods lately, Pete. There's some quality content. Darius called me Kellyanne Conway. That happened. That was a thing. And then a Twitter war, if you will, with Reed_NBA began, where
let's not go here.
Where he compared you to an orangish.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. So check out those threads. Those will do it more justice than we will talking about it. Follow us at LFR Tommy and at Laker Film Room. We tweet a lot about the Lakers, and I make stupid jokes a lot. That's kind of my thing. Not as many puns as some other competitors. So if that's not your
competitors,
thing,
they're part of the fam. Like they got their own thing.
I mean,
right?
that's what family is.
Competition. That's true. Lord knows you've never beaten me one-on-one. So
that is not true.
That is absolutely.
That is not true.
Those are
that is
true
a
facts.
bold-faced lie.
That's fake news.
No, it's not fake news. It's just fake. Metal World Peace with 18. Brandon.
No,
Ingram,
seriously. When
15.
When did you ever beat me one-on-one?
I beat you in the garage, fool. In Ventura.
No.
Yes.
On those on the little Nerf hoop. On the.
Yeah.
You never beat me doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I beat you.
No, you didn't. That's bullcrap. That's alternative
facts. Where's my ball?
Alternative facts.
Where's my ball?
All right. We got I don't know what the hell we're running, but we got Meta in the game, and that's all that matters. It's like a triangle set right there. Meta tripping all over himself. 7 seconds left on the clock. Ball knocked out of bounds. Lakers going to run some corner series on their inbound right here. Meta directing traffic. Trying to get the ball into Brewer right here, and they do. Don't have much time, guys. Brewer trips over himself, shoots a twisting fadeaway, and makes it because why not? Lakers up by 15, 3:43 left in the fourth. Good way to close out Staples this year. Another horn set from the Pelicans right here. Nwaba recovers on the screen, going to get another ball screen, but Diallo slips it. Got Crawford going one-on-one. Misses that. He's taking some bad shots, man. You could see why he didn't stick in the NBA. Got Brewer with it, defended by Tupain. Going to get a slice screen from Meta. Pick and pop, swings it over to Ennis. Ennis attacks the closeout. Over to Larry. Larry attacks the closeout. Back over to Brewer. Brewer attacks the closeout. He travels about 4 steps. Refs want to go home. He misses it. Outlet over to Quinn Cook. Cook's with the ball. He passes up the screen. Meta strips him. Get that. Oh, give me the dunk. Give me the dunk.
No way.
So want that. Meta's got to leak out. Meta has to spend the last part of this game leaking out. Leak out. Leak out. Leak out. Gets the ball over to Nwaba. He gets stripped. Ball out of bounds. Bodies flying everywhere. It was funny because right as that happened, Tom looked away. And right in the middle of the play, there's just everything flying. We get our last TV time out of the game. Lakers up 106-91 and 2:44 left.
Pete, I'm going to throw it to you. Should we put this game away? I think this game is in a cold box.
Ball game's in the refrigerator. The door's closed. The lights are out. The butter's getting hard. The jello's jiggling, and the eggs are cooling. Rest in peace, chick.
Amen. This game is over, and the Lakers are going to win their 6th straight? 5th straight?
Fifth straight. Yeah, 6 if they beat the Warriors tomorrow.
Which it doesn't sound like they're going to be resting anyone. But still, second night of a back-to-back, having to go up to NorCal. I don't see it. I think we'll probably end 26 and 56.
I think this was kind of like the Lakers' farewell to the season, in this game right here. I wouldn't be surprised if even from a competitive standpoint, the Lakers are kind of checked out tomorrow night. But hope not. I mean, I'd love to see them compete and possibly get a win. Even if the Warriors stars play, you got to figure they play one shift in each half.
I got to interrupt because this is the travesty of this generation of Laker fans. Homeboy just asked if you dropped a System of a Down reference. Which,
Well, he's not technically wrong.
no, System of a Down dropped a Chick Hearn reference.
So for you young cats out there, when the game was over, yeah, that's a.
Pizza pie.
So Chick used to put the game in the refrigerator, right? And when the game was over, in his estimation, and it was just a classic Chick thing. And then System of a Down came out with an album in what's that, 2000 or so, called "Steal This Album," and that 2003, you think? Yeah, and I think Chicken Stew, and that was a song called Chicken Stew, and the ball game, and it starts out with ball games in the refrigerator, doors closed, lights are out. Butter's getting hard. And yes, so I suppose I did drop a System of a Down reference. As offended as you may be by that. So.
Just saying, I gotta set y'all straight so you know the
That's
history.
right. Yeah, that's
gotta
that's
know
all,
where you came
That
from.
is our responsibility as older Laker fans. Is
Yes.
not to talk down to the young cats
No,
about
just letting you
like,
know.
how much better it was back in the day, but also not let them, forget the history or not know about it in the first place. Yeah, no, I hate those. Old
Meta!
dudes. Meta, let's go, baby.
Oh,
Back
just
rims it.
long. Oh,
Got
man.
Cook with the ball crossing half court. 2:30 left. Another horn set. Pop out to Diallo into a Two-Pain rejects the ball screen, misses the 20-footer. Larry gets the rebound. Take your time, fellas. Make Meadow look good. That's your job right now. See what they're running. Some elbow series with Meadow on the elbow. Come on, Tyler. Pass him the ball. There it is. Okay, that's what they were setting up. And Meadow all the way to the bucket. Should have gotten free throws. Meta offended. I feel like Meta's got to throw an elbow or something. That's what it is.
No.
Meta's got to crack someone with an elbow. Oh, let's get it. Low, up
Throw it up.
Oh, come on, Ennis. He's such a wuss. Knock that down, Meta. Back rim. You saw Meta call for that lob,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, he pointed up and was like,
Why not? I mean, why not? See, the bench is all up on their feet. They wanted it too.
because I don't want the man to get hurt before his season ends. Come on.
First off, it's Meta, and Meta's indestructible. Secondly, if Meta were to die, I think that's how Meta would want to go out.
That's fair.
As a 38-year-old alley-oop lob attempt.
Nice little.
Get out of the way, Nwaba. Goes up. Oh, one more. He's tired.
These are on.
They're straight, but they're flat, which is
Right.
why they're back rimming. And that's because he's tired. And I can't blame him, but I love it. Meta with the great on-ball defense. They run away from Crawford right there. He's going to make that three at the top of the key. Laker fans probably chanting for tacos right now, trying to hold them under 100. 1 minute left in the Meta, and Meta brings everyone to their feet. Getting dusty. Chopping onions. Get him, Meta. Get him, Meta. Oh, with the driving kick. Nwaba. Shoot the friggin' ball.
No one wants to shoot.
Let's go.
Meta with the soccer assist.
That's reverse layup. Lakers do
He's
have
so
to take one more
tired.
shot.
He's walking up the court. He's like,
And
no.
his teammates are looking for him too.
like,
Like,
no more.
I think Meta just got hit, an individual 8-second violation. Dusty.
He's like, come on, man.
I need you to take this, man. I'm a little emotional right now.
He's just gonna have to chuck
Come on.
it.
You're just gonna dribble out the clock.
Oh, Meta.
We love you, Meta. Thank you for
Respect
the memories,
that.
man.
Respect for that.
Thank you for the memories. One of the goodest dudes to ever play the game, and I say goodest intentionally.
Hey, cheers to you, Meta. Thank you for the years of service and being a strangely good role model for some
He's
people out
absolutely a
there.
role model, man. Not everybody's a choir boy from the time they're 20 years old, man. If we could all follow his path and just keep getting better, this would be a better world. So,
Amen.
and much love to everybody for this season of Laker Film Room and Laker Film Room Live. This has been amazing. It's only the beginning for us.
Yep.
We'll be doing this a lot and a lot more next season. So
We're not going anywhere. We're just not gonna have games to call. We can't do tomorrow night, so this is our last one. We're still going to be releasing podcasts. Probably going to be kicking it up to 2 a week here coming up soon with the draft and the lottery coming up.
A lot more videos coming out soon, too.
More videos.
Draft prospects, and we got the whole summer mapped out. So.
We will be on Twitter at LFRTommy and at Laker Film Room to continue the conversation. This is the Lakers' 5th win in a row. It's exciting, man. Coming into these games thinking we're going to win, it's a good feeling. Hope we bring that in next year.
Absolutely. Hey, I love you guys. Let's keep building this community up. We'll catch you guys next year, but even sooner. Much love. Catch you next time.